So you have some people who don't, but mostly everybody's. This don't take long to go like, all right. Most people's rocking with Dave, right?
Right.
So at the end of the day, Dave can get away with a lot of stuff, and he's very edgy. Like he'll try some things, right? But once you bring up a certain word, you be like, I gotta take this call.
Yeah, we have beautiful guests coming in today. We have Mike Salvi and Del Gold with the Gold and Salvi show. They'll be here to discuss a little bit about what they're doing, what they're coming up with, what things they're doing. These are beautiful comics brothers, homies, you name it. These guys are great. They'll be here in a couple of minutes. Shout out to all the comedians out there that are grinding and doing their thing. Shout out to Kobe Jack with the open mic information and stuff like that. Shout out to Ken Jones, always rocking, been rocking through a whole pandemic and everything. That's I respect his grind. Who else? Who else I got to shout out? Shout out to Jay Monet because she be moving and grooving, and she's always got her Philly events. If you guys want to learn about where your open mics are in the city, I suggest you follow um Jay Monet Just Laughs, and you'll definitely find out where shows are going on. Doesn't matter if you have a show, contact her. She'll definitely put it out on her page. She does this every day. Shout out to all the female comedians out there. It's not many of us, but we are out there grinding. Shout out to Masha. I love Masha, yo. Masha is something else. Nicole Spain. Nicole Spain. I ain't seen her in a minute. Two stacks. Two stacks got some stuff she putting together as well in AC. Shout out to her. She's doing it. Cherie Straight Blunt. Always straightforward, straight blunt, just like her name is. Shout out to all of y'all, man. I really miss y'all. We should have margaritas and lunch one day. But other than that, man, we got a beautiful lineup for this evening. These guys are hilarious. They'll be here shortly. We'll pipe them up in a minute or whatever. But for the most part, uh, I don't know. I don't even know. Like I'm just out here trying to get things moving, but I'm in a space right now where I got to drive my own car. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I'm in a space where I'm driving. I want to drive my own car. I've already driven people around for a long time. You get my drift.
Yeah.
That's where I'm at.
I'm sorry, Mama. Like you
Fixing.
just said, there's always somebody that needs you.
Yeah.
You on the radio.
Right when you on the radio, like you don't know I'm on the radio every Thursday night from 7 to 9 p.m. Listening to WJYN. Shout out to Tawana, because I know she be watching. Shout out to George. He's probably listening right now. Got me this fabulous gear that I got on, you know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Like you a trucker.
Oh, here they go again. Hello? I'm sorry. Yes. My daughter should be at the door. Where you at? Yo, we'll be back, y'all. Yes.
We're gonna take a quick break.
Okay. What do you need? The code? Hold on 1 second. Oh my fucking god, yo. Like get the damn. All right, y'all. Now that we got this
Hold on,
settled.
hold on, hold on. We back on the radio. you gotta do it.
Yo. You're listening to WJYN 98.5 FM Uptown Radio. You're listening to the LOL show, living off laughter because everybody needs a laugh. This is your girl comedian Shay Sasa with her opinions.
This is Tyreek Malik and his thought, and what I'm thinking right now, this is Murphy's Law.
Yeah.
Whatever can go wrong will go wrong. People know you on the radio every Thursday,
7 and 9 p.m.
And they'll just keep calling. You know what I'm saying? Or they'll keep having issues at that time. It's like today, like when I was leaving work,
Yeah.
my last job took longer than it should have. You get what I'm saying? And on top of that, it taking longer than it should have. It fixed itself relatively easy after I was like, look, it don't even matter.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? So the universe will throw, I think, speed bumps in your way just to see how serious you are about what you want. You know what I mean? So I'm
Big
serious
facts.
about what we want. And it ain't nothing stopping you. You might slow it down a little bit, but you ain't stopping me.
That's facts. That's facts. So like I was saying earlier, it's all like you just gotta you gotta. You've been saying some things lately as well too. Like you also said you gotta do something you hate like you love it.
Yeah.
I told you I'm gonna start being fake. That's it. Like period. They don't like me telling the truth. Maybe they'll start liking me being fake. You know what I mean? Because the truth obviously is not working. You know, so I'm gonna switch it up that way. And I told you, watch when I come back out. When I got my nails done and my eyelashes on and all that. I'm gonna keep it 59. But no, I'm just kidding, y'all. But real talk, we got fabulous guests coming in the building. They smell fabulous. You dropped something. You guys, we're gonna just bring them in without further ado. These are two great comedians from the city of Philadelphia doing some great things. We got Mike Salvi and Del Gold. Give it up for them. Come on, put your hands together and let's go. Everybody clap wherever you at. Let's get this popping.
Thank you, sir.
And yeah, so real talk, it is what it is. So what we're doing right now, we're just doing like a little bit of we do a little bit of current events, a couple topics or whatever. If you have something you want to, jump in about or whatever, it's also great and cool.
You find out what's new with you. What's new with you. Did you brought that in? You about to play the game?
No, this is what's new with me. I saw this over here on the shelf. You want to know what's currently going on with me? I want to talk to you guys about this thing. This is one of them joints that you plug into the TV, right?
Yeah.
With all the games on it. It's got Dig Dug.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What you want? Hold it?
I'm gonna put it. I'm gonna
bar it.
Yeah. I want to borrow it.
Right?
Yeah. It's got Pac-Man on the side.
Yeah.
So pretty
Remember
excited.
back in the day, were y'all the type of kids who trade the games with your homies?
Yeah.
Yeah, you
Definitely.
know, I already know you be like, yo, dog, the day he's supposed to bring a game back, he's still coming to school.
How about this?
You don't see him at all.
Yeah.
So we're friends. We obviously got past this, but Victor came to my back door for Mortal Kombat 3 on Super Nintendo. He's like, "Yo, where the hell's my game?"
Yeah.
I was like, "I'm sorry, I got
I
it."
mean, that's serious,
Dang, it was years later too.
Yeah.
So what are you gonna do? Shout out to you, Vic.
Look at the words on the wall.
Yeah,
I cursed. Did I curse?
No,
Did
just,
I?
that's
Oh.
just because you remember you was
Absolutely.
like
No, I remember I
Let me
can't
know
curse.
that's
That's why I'm
right.
like,
Yeah.
did I curse?
okay.
I don't think.
No,
I did.
they not new. I
I
keep
was
forgetting.
close.
I
But I
keep
try not
forgetting,
to.
yo. But without further ado, though, so let's get into like what have you guys been doing lately? Let's talk about maybe your weekend. Start from there, and then you can let the people know like what it is that you guys do in the city of Philadelphia.
Oh, yeah. Well, first let's work backwards. I just got this half and half lemonade from up the street.
Heard.
Lemonade iced tea. I think they call that an Arnold Palmer, don't they?
Yeah, they
That's
do.
right. So we'll stick that there.
I love Arnold Palmer's.
I know. So
Especially when it's good. That's really good too. Right?
it really is. Yeah. It took a while to get.
Yeah, it always does. Y'all was at the chicken place on the corner.
Yeah,
We were at the
Crown Fry,
chicken
of
place.
course.
Yeah.
Everybody's in it.
Yeah. It took a while, but now, hi everybody. My name's Mike Salvi. This is Del Gold. And
Yo.
we have a show together called Just Talking with Del Gold and Mike Salvi. That's Del Gold. I'm
Yes,
Mike
sir.
Salvi. Yep.
Hard to tell them apart. Yeah.
It is. We're we do look alike. We look an awful lot alike, don't we?
Yeah, long hair, don't care.
That's
So
we should
that-
start that hashtag, right?
Yeah.
Long hair, don't care.
Make it one immediately.
I just haven't been to the bar. I'm Sean. I'm so sorry. I just haven't been to your shop. I feel like I need to make a donation to my barber just because I haven't been there so long.
Man, would you tell them about your weekend? Hey,
Oh
you,
yeah,
I mean your
well, I
week.
definitely didn't go to the
Yo.
barber shop over the weekend. That's for sure.
He was just go
Yeah,
ahead.
you
That's
talking about the
what he-
iced tea, lemonade.
I'm telling you, I told you I'm working it backwards. No,
Go
I had a
ahead.
great weekend at home with the family, and then I spent a night recently with a bunch of comedian friends of mine. We all cooked. Well,
Yeah.
I cooked for
Yeah.
them.
We all didn't cook.
Them or you? Are you guys? All right, so you
I
guys
had
were all.
two
we had a-
burgers. I
we had a
had
good
two
night last night.
burgers. I baked those burgers out.
So yeah, that's I had a great weekend.
That's
So
what's
it's great
up.
to be here. Thank you.
Yeah.
Where's the show? Just talking with Mike Sal. It's called Just Talking with Mike Salvi and Del Gold.
No, just talking with Del Gold and Mike Salvi.
Yeah, okay,
We put him up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whatever.
That's
Del
Del Gold. I'm Mike
Is it
Salvi.
alphabetical or it's just
No, it don't matter
It's
how you say it, bro.
alphabetical.
It really
We're
don't.
just talking.
It
But
don't.
where can they find it at?
Gold Salvi Show on Instagram, Twitter, and YouTube.
YouTube.
How long has it been up for?
Been doing it for a couple months, and we started out just doing a podcast because we talk a lot, and we said we might as well record these conversations because I don't know, we're egotistic, I guess. And we decided to start doing this show. We were doing it out of the old club that we were doing a show out of in the lobby, and then we decided to take it into a studio, and now you can find us all over the world: Turkey, Germany, China, Japan,
Turkey.
everywhere. Now, and we're on YouTube, so follow us there, subscribe, comment. It's a great time.
I wonder why they don't got a name of a country like called chicken.
That's a great
Yeah.
question.
Like, I mean, they got Hamburg. Don't have
They do.
Hamburger, you know what I'm
That's a
saying?
street. They got streets called Hamburger
Yeah,
Street.
but that's what I'm saying. But you got the
I never
whole
seen
country
chicken, nothing. Like a chicken street, chicken country, none of that.
Country chicken.
The first thing that comes to mind is Chichen Itza. That's the closest, but that's just
The
that's a
worst
spot.
country chicken be like the hardest fighting bulls in the world. Like they never back down because of where their country from.
Right.
They think I'm chicken because I'm from chicken.
Oh right, yeah, they
Right.
gotta work harder.
We don't play that over here in chicken.
They're
We don't
tougher.
back down from nothing.
Yeah,
They always want to fight.
So what would you be like? Yo, those are the chickens over there.
Yo,
Like,
don't mess with them chickens.
Yo, don't
bro.
mess with
I'm
them
over
chickens.
here.
all right.
Yeah.
I got some
Yo, that's
chickens
a
that
real
move in
chicken
my
head
neighborhood.
over there. Like,
Some chicken- oh, what? You ain't had no chicken head yet?
yo,
Oh,
you
crazy.
better get some from that chicken head.
Yo.
I got some chicken move in my neighborhood.
Yeah, you can't
It's
underestimate
over
them.
Right.
Right.
It was fighting everybody.
Yep. Everybody's
You got beat up from. You got beat up by the boy from Chicken.
Chicken.
He punched you in the face, and then what it tastes like.
Yo,
Chicken.
you can't beat a boy from Chicken. Moved into the new neighborhood, you in the new school,
Yeah.
and you beat somebody up. Yo, you know Rodney? He got beat up by the new boy
Yeah.
from Chicken. Like, yo,
Then he had to put a steak on his side.
yo.
But we,
And then they top it all off though, but he can't fight. He cold turkey.
Yeah.
Nah, that was a mad chicken.
See?
What is it? What was it that it was like mad cow disease,
Mhm.
and there was something
It was
else
mad
about
cow.
the chickens.
Man,
Um,
I don't know. Chicken.
I don't know.
It was something with the chickens
I know we
too.
had the bird flu. but-
Yeah, there's a bird
Yeah,
flu.
yeah, bird
Yeah,
flu.
well,
There's a bird flu, the
flu,
swine
Swine
flu,
swine flu,
salmonella.
mad
comes up
chicken.
from-
I mean,
Mad chicken?
mad
Yeah,
cow.
everything Ebola.
I definitely don't like that salmonella, right?
Yeah.
It's called salmonella, right?
But it's
Right.
salmon.
It's salmon.
Right.
Yeah.
You
It's
just
like
add-
The L doesn't
Sparka.
happen now. Yeah, the L
It's
just
you
like-
just add a few letters
Yeah.
to the word, but then you change the whole pronunciation.
It's like the SPCA. It has a silent P in front of it.
I heard that. I
It
heard
has a
about that.
silent P. It's called PSPCA. But I'm like,
Only reason I'm okay with saying salmon is because when you say salmon, you sound like weird. Like,
Yeah,
Yeah.
you do.
So if you're hungry, I want some of this salmon.
Yeah.
No, dog. No, I'm cool.
Yeah.
You bring-
Some people hold on
I
to
know
it.
You don't eat turkey and hamburgers. I make you some salmon. Like,
Yeah.
nah, I ain't hungry.
My mother-in-law says salmon, and we all give her, we all give her crap about it, but she
'Cause
still
it's-
says it.
because in Spanish it's salmon.
Right.
Like the L is not silent in Spanish. So we say salmon. We say, you know what I mean? I started saying salmon because I'm around people and they're like, yo, but the L is silent. I'm like, but in Spanish it's salmon. Like the
If
L
somebody
is not
said that
silent.
where I live at in Buell, we just start laughing at you.
Yeah.
So, you heard
You
it?
get mad.
Say it
shit,
again, bro.
Yeah.
Say it again.
Yeah, that was my whole life. That was my whole life. Say it again. Say that one more. Bro, I'm Puerto Rican.
It's so weird though because the whole English language is so crazy backwards and twisted.
Yes. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
We
Like,
all
you
talk
say
different though.
Anything is not the right way to say it. Something's wrong with you from the rip. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's just, we all agree. Like, that we had like a group meeting, like, you know what? It is pronounced this.
This is
Like,
how we're gonna say
but
it.
it's spelled this, like, you know what I'm saying? Especially like with my the clothing line Fame, it's spelled differently. And people, that's not how you spell Fame. So what? Like, you know what I'm saying?
That's
It's
how I
pronounced-
spell it.
It's pronounced. It's the
For I am me.
no, what's the thing called? What's the thing? The rules to pronouncing letters, like when you
Syllables.
put two vowels together,
Right.
the first vowel is now like you you gotta say it capitalized. Like,
Right,
you know what I'm saying?
right.
Okay,
A
like
and
that's
I,
the one.
Together you say A. Like AIM is aim. You know what I'm
Right,
saying?
it's not.
Because
It's
aim.
not Aim.
Yeah, it's
Right,
not
I know
aim.
what you mean.
So you put an F in front of it. That's aim. For aim, it's phonetically correct. I'm saying it right. It just spelled different. And you can't tell me nothing about nothing because we're talking English language.
Yeah.
You get what
Right.
I'm saying? Our language is so
Broken.
chopped up. Yeah,
It
so
is.
broken. Like, yeah, like, you know what I'm saying? So you take the K out of knife, don't say nothing to me. You know what I mean?
I say knife.
Knife, yeah.
I do it
Let me
on
get a knife.
purpose.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah, but
per-
you do
I
it on purpose,
mispronounce things on purpose.
That's like
I am never serious.
But that's like the catch. Yeah.
Shout out to Canoodle.
Yeah, but there's an A there. Yeah.
So
There's
it can
an A
it be
there, so it says-
canoe? Like I was like, is it canoble?
There is
like,
Knobles. There's that.
Canobles that
That
What
amusement,
was
but
it?
it's like
I
in
might
the
as
middle
well
of
tag her in
Pennsylvania.
this episode.
Yeah.
Is that a name?
yo. Let's yeah. I'm gonna bring us back. Let me bring us back real quick, and then we can
Yeah.
continue. Yeah, just talking.
Yeah, we're just talking. That's it.
with Del and Mike Salvi.
I caught the episode where the snippet where y'all were talking with Nard, shout out to Nard, and shout out to
Yeah, why didn't
Jack.
Nard? I
Yeah.
thought Nard would come. Nard always is around.
Yeah, Nard had he
Took a
had
day off?
another show to be on.
Okay. Well, shout out to Nard.
My God.
Nard had an appearance on Hot 97.
Oh, go Nard.
Y'all were talking to him about friends or living single.
Yeah.
Listen, ladies and gentlemen, let me just say this: the bet, like we'll talk about it, but please, not just for another follower, but go to Gold Salvi Show on Instagram, and you have to see this for yourself because we have this section on the show where segment on the show where Del asks 22 questions to the guests, and one of the questions is, "What do you prefer, living single or friends?" And we asked Jackie Wills, and he wasn't thinking TV shows; he was thinking, do I want to live single or do I want to have friends? And you can see it in his heart. He's like, friends.
I love you guys.
Right. I love you guys. It's the best. And you could just see it in his eyes and you feel it. And then we're all looking at each other and I'm like, I caught on and I went,
Yeah.
wait a minute.
Yeah.
Do you know what we're
Talking
And he was like,
about?
oh, the TV show?
Yeah.
Oh, all right. Yo, it's great.
that's
Yeah.
He
great.
said, I haven't watched neither one of them.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh,
That's wild though. Like, why you gotta live single
Or have friends? Yeah,
Like,
that
that's
was the
the worst
choice.
combination.
Which
Like,
is probably why he was so confused too.
Yeah.
Like, why are these the choices?
Yeah.
This is strange.
I can see you be like have a girl or your friends. You get what I'm saying?
Sure.
The girl might say you spend too much time
With your friends.
You gonna be living single if you hang out with your friends.
That
and
makes
then you
sense.
got the conundrum, but you know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
no, that was wild.
But-
no, the joint about Flash and
Sonic. Yeah.
All right.
I'm Team Sonic all day.
He is Team Sonic.
I can see it.
I don't understand why people pick Flash because I think Barry Allen's a nut. Like because you could put him down for a minute.
Yeah.
Sonic is this alien hedgehog that came to Earth, do what he want, say what he want to anybody. I would love to chill with him. I'm not. I don't care. I really don't care about Barry. Like
But you would be killed with it you smoke. You smoke that weed real fast. You know what I'm
Sonic?
saying? Sonic like, let me just catch that.
I mean, yeah. I mean, he killed a blunt real fast because you know what I mean, smoke it. But as long as he got my back,
Yeah.
we cool. Like I don't got. I could say go run down and go steal me a pack of backwoods. He could do it real fast and
So
get
can
back.
the Flash though.
And the Flash can vibrate so fast that he can walk through walls.
My argument is the Flash is
He got too many feelings for me. Right? It's a lady Flash. I mean,
it's a girl Flash. Right?
girl Flash.
Goes through the
It's
whole-
a son Flash. It's a daughter Flash. It's an old man Flash from back, and then they be coming out of nowhere out of these work. Come on, man. It's too many
And then
Flash.
my argument was, look, the
Good.
Flash is a human, okay, and Sonic. Every time he bumps into something, he loses his wallet. That was my fault. Like all his rings disappeared just from like tripping over something.
Sonic, my man, though, he about to go run around.
But
He
he
know he
always
gonna
make
bump.
moves and collect
gon-
some more.
That too. But listen, I know he about to go out to this run wild. Hey, Sonic. Let me hold that back. Let me hold the pouch. Come on, man. Let me hold the pouch. Let me just hold the pouch, yo.
Right, that is where tails come in.
Boom, done.
Sonic not going to the club.
Why not?
Like, you don't need. Listen,
Sonic is okay. You and Sonic out.
Flash is.
Y'all chilling.
no Flash not going to the club. He got too many. He got to take care of the wife. the
Flash in
kid.
and out. Flash in and out. You don't even see him. I don't know.
Sound like
I'm
Mr.
not
Egg
into
beat up?
these things, but I just felt like saying that because it felt good to say at that moment.
Yeah.
No, Flash ain't.
So these are the topics we
Flash
talk.
is the character who's El Super Rapido.
Well, I know that.
Speak your language, huh? Yeah.
Pues si vamos a
Give it a
empezar
thumbs
ahí. No, we're not gonna make this in
See.
Spanish.
So do you guys? That's not the show. It's the conversation show, but you have a segment.
Yeah.
In the show where you have 21 questions and y'all break down either this or that.
Yeah.
Or something like that.
Yeah. Yeah. So the questions are this, and we're respectful to the guests too. But if you don't pick one, like
Gotta
it's
take a
either
shot.
or. You got to take a shot.
Yeah.
And we have stand-ins just in case. What if our guests are in the program? What if they just don't? If to drive, whatever. So.
You got to
we
take
have-
one shot though.
we gotta
You at
do
least take one.
So are y'all bringing live audience eventually in the future? Like, is that something you may see in your future for the drink? Like you just said, you
Sure.
have standby drinkers. Like that could be
We
like.
talked about it.
Yeah.
Talk
No, we
about
do
it,
have
'cause-
people in the background.
Yeah, I mean,
There's always
as of right now,
But
we
there's
got.
always somebody willing to take the shot.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
great. That's what's up.
As of right now, we still growing the show. Like,
Yeah, most
Yeah,
definitely.
still learning the
But yeah,
ropes.
That's why I said like not in the near future, but like the far future.
But yeah,
Yeah.
but so far there's always been somebody in the background
Oh, that's cool.
that's cheering along and clapping along and it's taking shots with us and so yeah, but it's been great.
I never heard that before. Standby shot taker.
Sure, just in case.
Yo, that's
we're
love.
inclusive.
I need to add that to my entourage now. Yeah, I need that too. With the man.
We don't want people to feel turned away because alcohol can be quite an adversary sometimes in someone's life. So we respect that. We
Yeah.
get it, but if it's
Yeah.
not a problem,
couple
grab a
times
seat
at the
and you
comedy
better
joint
pick
for
one 'cause it's
myself
not-
after the show.
Huh?
Couple times to the comedy joint after the show because it's on Mondays. So after the show, we go straight to the comedy joint.
Oh, y'all be litty.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Y'all be
There's
already
a couple
litty.
times you came up there, you probably didn't even know I was Rocky.
Yeah.
I was like, man,
It's happened a time or two.
yeah.
I just
It's
be
part of the
soft.
comedy now. I can't take them off. Like that will happen to you. What's wrong with where your glasses at? So this is part of it
Well,
now.
except for when you're on stage, which is another incentive. If you want to see Del's eyes, you have to come out. to the
Yeah,
show.
you got to come to
Yeah.
the show.
And if you're a guy that come out to Del show, this is see it live. Stay
It's for the guys that's always like, why you wearing glasses at night?
No, it's like, yo. He's like, yo, I came to the shop. I paid $25. You take your glasses off?
Yeah.
I want my money back.
Yeah.
Nope.
Give me
Sorry.
my money back.
Sorry. It's
Right.
written
I
in
can't
fine
do it. I
print.
can't do
You
a
know what
set,
it is?
though.
He got like
It's
Fetty Wap eye going on behind them glasses, y'all.
You know what? You want to see what it is. You want to see.
But you know that's not true because everybody here did
Well,
it.
I
did
know
a
that,
show
but
with
the
you.
people don't know
I
that.
know,
Yeah.
but I'm saying, like, people may not know that.
They don't
I
know.
tell them all the time I got glass eye. No, I got fake eye.
See, yup.
No, I got lazy eye. No, I
Yeah.
got the Fetty joint. I got the Fetty
Yeah.
joint.
Yeah.
And I take my glasses off. No, ain't nothing wrong with my eyes. I just don't want to see you.
That's all.
That's great.
Don't want you to see where
You
I'm
say
looking.
this on stage?
I said, yeah, it's part of my comedy.
I
Yeah.
don't think I've heard you say that.
I said it in Baltimore a few times.
Okay. I
It's
like
about,
it. I like
use
it.
I only
It
use
works.
it when I get the looks.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because I think everybody here know like reading the room is like part of you doing the show. So I like to read the room and see what it's hitting for. And when I'm chilling in the room, and if I get everybody just walking past and they just check me out, hey, why is he sitting here with these glasses on? So that's one of my openers. Like I seen y'all looking at me like why he had those glasses on.
Yeah.
I
Okay,
know
I've
what y'all
heard
was
that.
thinking. There ain't nothing wrong with my eyes. I just smoke a lot. So yeah.
I like the how you just put it just now. You was like I just don't feel like seeing you, and I could see you like in that moment going
Sure.
Yeah.
glasses off.
Yeah. Don't stare. You know.
I would
Sometimes
stare
people
into
don't
I
know
was
space.
in that joint like when I take them off, I'm ready to talk to y'all. Now when I put them back on,
I'm done.
about- That's it.
leave me alone.
I
But
like
I'm
that.
yeah,
That's great.
yeah. So it's part of
So questions.
the locks and the glasses.
More questions, of course.
Sure.
How long you been doing comedy, Del Gold?
I'm only 4 years in.
Sal?
Strong 4, nonstop, always.
Yeah, I'm gonna say overall 3-ish, 4-ish. You know, where I really started coming around and taking a lot more serious was in the past 3.
Awesome.
But yeah.
And go ahead.
So
No,
what are
you
your
go.
favorite parts of the game? And after that, what are the worst parts of the game? No, okay. What are the parts of the game that you find enjoyable? What are the parts of the game that when you saw comedy, you said, you didn't think that would be a part of the game?
So it's 2 for me. The growth, because I really was this was probably like 2 days ago. I was looking at a video that I did 3 years ago at Fergie's, and it's totally different of how I act now and how I move and how I talk and how I put stuff together on stage now. So the growth is like I'm like, yo, that's crazy. Like it make me happy. And the second is when people really tune in and listen to you, like when you got that just a crowd of people like really like, oh yo, like the energy for me, like yo, that's what I love. Like that's the two major things I love about comedy. And you said what the other? I mean,
Pick one.
man,
Let me tell you.
when I see the hashtag we support each other,
Yeah.
it's a lie.
It's just a hashtag.
Mm.
It's a lie. Like, and that's probably it's more, but is
That's
that
one of the main
that's
ones.
the main joint. That's I have seen people say this people so many times. I got you, yeah. Come on through, and I'm gonna look out for you, and don't do nothing for nobody, nothing. So I want to me and my comedy. I want to be the comedian is that will help. You know what I mean? That will, if you want to write, you want to do something, come talk to me. Now, I'm not saying I'm that boy that's going to say yes all the time, but I will be real with you. Something that you don't get from everybody. And I believe why not be real with each other? At least we can do that. You don't gotta put me on no show. You don't even gotta think I'm funny, but just be real with me as men and women to each other or each other peers.
If a person told you flat out, I don't think you're funny, that's why I wouldn't put you on the show. Would you be cool with that?
Yeah,
That's cool.
because that's you. You everybody don't. This
I mean,
past
they
weekend
won't
with
say
the
it.
with the older lady and the
She's
grandma,
not booking shows, right?
like
But yeah.
I was telling Mike, I'm a storyteller. So when I do my comedy, you actually gotta really like tune in, like you really give me your attention for a second, because I promise you, I'm gonna make you laugh. Just give me your time. And she didn't do that. And her response to my comedy was, "You're angry. You're an angry man. Like if you want to do comedy, you need to lighten up."
She tried to stab him with her
Who
cane.
said that?
But even with that, you don't understand. Most comics in the world are broken people.
Right.
They're the most
Exactly.
ugly on
Something
the
going on,
inside
yeah.
people, and that's where the humor comes from.
So I noticed, and that's why I go back to saying about the growth that I love. 4 years ago, I would have got mad. Like, come on, get out of here. This past Friday, Mike was like, "Oh, whew." I said, "It's nothing. Used to it now."
Yeah. Which is
Everybody
cool to see.
don't love me. Everybody's not gonna like me. Everybody don't think I'm funny. Everybody's not gonna give me that. They're not gonna give me that moment. So, but I know it is people that do. So I do it for them.
Hey.
All right, so I'm gonna pick two for the best part of it. Comedy is a solo ride, but it's really not. I mean, for me anyway, my experience and my selfish stuff, like the stuff about me, I love after I walk off stage, and it's not like the reassurance of people saying, "Man, you were funny," but when people come up and connect. Like I have a joke about my nephew, and people come up and they're like, "That's really funny the way you say that about your nephew, because I think about that, blah blah blah." I love that. I love that type of connection, and I like when people are leaving and they're still like thinking about it. So I think that's one of my favorite parts of just like knowing that I delivered. Like I really delivered a service rather than just got up there and talked about my life and my, not just treating it like a therapy session, but really delivering for who's in front of me.
I know what I did is good. Now I'm getting the confirmation from outside of myself that what I did was good.
Yeah, like I know for sure I connected. Not only can I see it immediately, and that is the thing with comics is we see it immediately, so we don't really know if the joke works unless we're right there. The other part of it is that the stuff that's outside of me is watching that same exact thing happen to someone like Jack Wells. Watching it happen to Shay, even with you and Del, like and with Lawrence, like seeing it all happen with the people in my life, everybody from Haha for Hire, but even just like the comics that I'm close with, when they rock, people were just like, you can see like the tidal wave of just like everybody's like slapping them on the back and their shoulder, and it's just like they rocked. And you can see it just like pour off them, like they just feel great. Because what you said, a lot of comics are broken on the inside. So sometimes if that's where we can get our adrenaline boost from, and it's not, like let's, yeah, I love that. That's my favorite part.
That's a good boost. You're not
sure.
You're not sticking a needle in your arm. You're not robbing somebody.
Right.
Mm-hmm. It's a good drug.
Positive.
It is
a good response back.
And
shout out to Jack, because Jack definitely stepped up at comedy show.
Yeah, Jackie's great.
When you said that, that's exactly what I saw was Jack's set at the comedy show.
Okay.
And he was firing all cylinders. When he got off, it was like people were genuinely happy for him. Like, yo, great job.
Yep.
And you could see the joy in his face as well. You get what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah,
I don't know. Is it my least favorite part or the part that what?
He was least favorite part of comedy.
Oh man, I don't know. I mean, I say this all the time. Like, if you see me complain and slap me, telling jokes at night for people and just having a relief for them, and the anxiety of the 5 minutes before when like I get there as a comic. And, especially if we're running this show too, and like no one's shown up yet. And that 4 minutes between when you realize that and they all show up, but you don't see them, that's a long 4 minutes. And you're like, oh, come on. And then the pouring comes and it's just like, all right, I feel better now. So that exists for sure. And for me, the only like, when you ask the question, well, if a comic says to me, I just don't think you're funny enough to be on this show, of course, I'll respect it. I'm also call it what you want. They're not going to say that to me. I know I'm going to deliver. It's just, it's a thing in me. I have to deliver when I'm up there. It's just like, whatever sports figure or whatever figure, like they know that they've got to perform. Like, because these guys are watching me too. That makes me nervous. I don't let, the crowd doesn't see that, but I'm like, because Shay will be in the audience like this. If, she'll give me a look or Del will give me a look or whatever. Like, but when they're laughing, like I don't play to other comics, but these guys are important to me.
I said that because, some people can't take constructive criticism, and something like that necessarily isn't constructive criticism, but it's honest.
Comedy helped me with that.
Huh?
Comedy helped me with that.
Be able to take,
talking about
be able to take it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
But comedy helped me with it, though.
I don't find you funny. To me, that's cool. You don't have to. You get what I'm saying?
Boy, I'm telling you, this was 4
You didn't pay
years
to be
ago.
here.
I would have been one angry
didn't pay to be
dude.
here.
Like comedy
Your
really helped
opinion
me
doesn't
grow
matter to
that.
me.
Well, I'm talking about like, he said if someone's honest.
I mean, like as far as like, I'm sorry, I wanted to answer those two questions too, by the way.
You got next.
But I just to throw in, like to me, if somebody says you're not funny and it's a comedian, to me, bro, you came in for free.
It depends on what thing you're coming in, right? If they're saying, look, I didn't find the set funny, I didn't find you funny, or right now I don't think you're funny enough to be here or there, I can respect that. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like I said, like I tell people all the time, you're not supposed to be funny. Like, you ever had comedy, or how was that? You're not supposed to be funny for me.
Yeah.
You're not,
Right.
I'm not your barometer. The crowd is your barometer.
Yeah.
You could kill a crowd, and I can still look at you like that.
if I may, real quick,
Yeah,
there was a comic who I was working pretty closely with, who just would openly complain to me and say, I'm not getting booked. And, what people are starting to say to me kind of are these conversations.
Yeah.
And like, and I said, maybe you should start to, at the very least, like, look at your stuff. I mean, your jokes are there, but is it your delivery? Is it this or whatever? Like, there's something that you got to, and if everybody's telling you that, maybe you should listen. But, if it's a handful of people and it's whatever, that's one thing. But, right.
I'm just not funny. Is the material's not funny?
But be ready to receive that. But you also have to be prepared
Oh
to
man.
receive that, because you ask, so you want to know.
Oh,
But then when they start telling you,
I don't know. I've been like I feel like I became the fuck the like I don't like the front runner. No, the front runner. Like I know I'm I'm not going to curse. Like you trying to beat me real quick. No, but
It's all right.
yeah, everybody does. A lot of comedians come up to me like, "Yo, dude, how was I?"
Yeah.
And I'm like, "Bro, I'm nobody."
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
He always looks
Like,
at. I'm usually within
yeah,
earshot,
like-
and he looks at me. He goes,
It'd be a slow turn to mic. I swear to God, like comedian right here. I'm standing there minding my own business, just maxing and relaxing.
Yeah.
Neighborhood shooting some playground outside of school. I'm just
Some
chilling.
some b-ball.
Come right up to me. You see me? How was I? And I'll just slow turn the mic. Why me?
What do you respect?
Why? Like I'm not nobody.
Well, to them,
might not
you
be
know,
nobody. To them, you might
right.
be Sonic.
Right. Yeah, they want to chill with you.
But then when I try to give it to him though, and like I always say you want me to be honest with you, right? Like some people it don't be there. Like, and I'm not somebody that's gonna yell it, put it on. It's just me and you talking.
But I've seen plenty.
The last couple of times somebody they just walked off on me. Why you even ask me? And like,
But there have been some in the mix, and we've all had these conversations too with the ones they'll stick around, or they'll come back and they'll tell that joke again with that little tweak or whatever, and you're like, great, keep doing that, keep working your same stuff. You know?
My bad, I zoned out for a second.
That's
I
okay.
really went somewhere, but I'm listening and
What are your two favorite?
you're playing all those scenes in my head.
Yeah. What are some of your favorite things about the game?
My favorite thing is, for comedy. Two of the favorite things I could say. I like when older people compliment me on my comedy. I don't care about the young ones.
When you say older, you mean older comics?
No,
Older like
people.
Just older people.
No, like older ladies. Like if I tell like when we went to Maryland that one time, and those two old ladies wouldn't leave me alone.
Yeah.
That to me made it very it was like, did y'all hear my set?
Yeah.
Were y'all listening to what I was saying? But they made it their business to come together. Excuse me, can we talk to you? And I was like, you were so funny and and back in the day and all that, and the stories that I hear from anybody are my favorite. I listen. I know I talk a lot, and when I talk, I don't want to stop sometimes, but I listen to a lot of people talking. And I just sit back and I love just to hear everything. I just love that. I just sit back and be like, wow, that's great. And I love seeing other people more like success. If I can open a door for you, or if I can see you better or know that you can do better, I'm gonna put you in a position or try my best to try to put you in a position to do your greatest. With I don't want no. I'll be like, yo, this is for you. You do what you want. Peace. And I give up a lot. The one thing I hate is the fact that I can't have sex with all those men.
All the comedians are all
It's
in the crowd.
it's a lot of comedians out there that I would have had in the bag,
Yeah.
but they said you can't have sex with comedians.
Struggle.
But that was after I already smashed a couple of them.
Well, you learned, and then it stopped you from going any further, right? So there you go. So
Yeah.
Everything's
Yeah.
about learning.
But that's no, I'm just kidding. No, the one thing I hate, I don't hate anything. I don't even like the word really. I dislike the fakeness. The fakeness. Yeah. That's all. I just hate the fake. I'd rather you be real with me. Like if you don't mess with me, then don't say that to me. I don't really like you, bro. I don't like you, sis. I think you're funny, or I don't think you're funny. I really don't like you, or I don't like your style of comedy, or I don't. You know, I'd much rather that than you sit in my face and like how you said about after the show. Also, Dell said it. People come up to him and they be like, I tell people straight up, like, I ain't like it, and I've come to that point on my own. I'd be like, but it's not for me to like.
Man, same thing.
You know what I do? I toss them over. I'll be like, you know who
that.
you should talk to? You should talk to Mike or Del Go. That's why they go to Del. That's
why
why they go to Del.
That's what's going on.
I'm like,
Now
yo,
we
you know who
found
you should
out
talk
live on
to?
air.
Talk to him right there. When he's done talking to that guy, yo,
Then go
trust
talk to
me,
him.
go right over there and talk to him.
You're listening to the LOL show every Thursday, 7 to 9 p.m. at Uptown Radio, WJYN 98.5. As always, you have multiple ways to hear us. You can hear us at uptownradiophilly.org. You can tell Alexa turn to Uptown Radio. You can even see us on YouTube at WJYN 98.5. Or you can go old school with it. You can go analog. You can go in your car. You can get your grandma's clock radio that she used to wake up in the morning. You can do whatever you like to do. Tune that down to 98.5 FM and rock out with it. So we got Del Gold, Mike Tyler.
Yes, sir.
And the question was, what are some things you like about the game and what is something you don't like? So for me, one of my favorite things about the game is seeing how close I am to a famous person. You get what I'm saying? Seeing how close I am to someone
I get what you mean.
I used to watch on TV. Like Touré, right? We know Touré,
Yeah.
right? And Touré knows some famous people. So you're not too far from a famous person.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like Touré he had a post one time on a post. What's the guy's name? The guy from Babs. He's on the comedy hype joint.
Babs.
Ice
I
Pierre.
just watched that.
Yeah, I know you're talking about.
Pierre was Touré had said he had put up a post and comedian Pierre had posted on Touré's post. So if you post on the same post, comedian Pierre
Is gonna
may
see that.
eventually see your post.
Yeah.
So it's like a level of connection, like
Sure.
6 degrees of separation. You know what I'm saying? Like with I mean, I'm sad it happened to Wall with Shane Gillis.
Yeah.
You know, we knew Shane. You know Shane Gillis. Like we've been on shows with Shane Gillis. You could probably some people maybe even call Shane. He was one step from Saturday Night Live. Like,
Right.
you know what I'm saying? Reggie Conquest.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He's actually out there in Hollywood. He's on TV shows. You know these kind of people, so it's like, yo, I got a connection to them. And the good thing is, it lets you know that there is light at the end of the tunnel. You're not just grinding for nothing. Because when you can see somebody else do it, that means you can do it too.
Sure.
You get what I'm saying? So that's one of my favorite things. And one of my favorite things is to be told how good I am. You know what I'm saying? When people are like, yo, boy, Beast. Yeah, Beast nice. I rock with Beast.
Yeah.
Beast funny as heck. That's a good boy got some jokes.
You know what they say to me? That you know that tall, dark skinned guy, the bald one? He was funny.
Yeah, I appreciate that. That makes me feel good.
I'd be like the bald one, okay, the tall bald guy.
Yeah.
That's his name is Tyreek.
Yeah. And I think the worst thing about comedy to me is watching all these bum comics doing better than me. You guys suck. Y'all shouldn't be on my. I'm just playing.
No, he not. He really meant that. That's what's in his thoughts. Remember, this is Tyreek Malik in his
In
thoughts.
his thoughts, that's right.
I think, I just think the camaraderie between comedians is kind of, you know what I'm saying?
Nutty?
I understand,
Yeah.
Like I understand it's a masculine sport, so everybody's competitive. But like I said, I am competitive. I don't want nobody to get it twisted. I'm competitive. I may want to be better than you,
Yeah.
but I don't want to be so better than you that you're trash. You
Right.
know what I'm saying? Like I liken it to like a basketball contest or dunk contest, right? Dale, I want you to dunk and get a 48. You understand what I'm saying? 2 points from a perfect score. I just want to get a perfect score. You get what I'm
I mean,
saying?
yeah, you always supposed to have that
slightly
winning.
better than you, but you're not
Yeah.
bad to the point where it's like you just. I don't want to be super better than.
I look at it like this.
Like you
I want us all on the All-Star team.
That's it. I just
You know
want
what I'm
to
saying?
win. I just want
Like
to win. That's
if you on the East, I'm on the West,
it.
whatever, we still made it to the All-Star
Still made it to
game.
the All-Star game. That's what
So
I'm
we
saying.
all doing something that makes all of us our own star.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I get that. I really do. And I'm competitive. I'm competitive with myself. Here's the thing is I know, like, all right, in that stadium, there's a whole crowd of people and they're there to see a slam dunk contest and they know they're going to see some wild stuff.
Mhm.
So I look at every show in the same way that, we always, like, I love when Shay would just destroy and then I had to follow that because I never saw it as a challenge. I never wanted to be funnier because here's in my moment when it's when my foot hits the stage and I have a mic up until the time that I pass it back over to whoever, it's mine.
Mhm.
And I in my mind, every nail in the floorboard is mine. Everything that is going on in that entire room, I'm in control of for that moment in time. And then it's time for me to pass the baton on to the next person. So, I mean, as far as, but, I'm a big Bruce Lee fan. This is my mentality. I know I'm not going to be number one. But when it's time for me to grab that stage, there's nobody better than me in that moment. And that's just where I'm at. And that's, you're going to remember me. It's, when I'm going. Centuries.
That's the Mike Salvi movie cutting. Like, you know what I'm saying? So I grab that mic and everybody better than me. and then he's like fades away, and you see
And it
Mike
shows him on stage.
ripping,
You know what I
that's the
mean?
cutting right
Get it
there.
together.
There we go.
That's how you should
We'll
do it.
record this.
That's
Sure.
how you should. But like I
Yeah.
said, I think the show, to me, like I was telling Shane, we were talking outside. I've learned who I am comedy-wise. Right? I know where I fit in the show. Right? I'm a great 1, 2, or 3. You get what I'm saying? You want me to start the show off? You're gonna start the show off right. You want me to like somebody didn't do that good the first person? I can come and bring it back up. First 2 people are all right. I can bring it higher. Necessary? Do I feel like I want to be a feature or a headliner? I can do the job.
You are.
Certainly can.
No, that's
There's-
what I'm saying.
I
can
believe
do
you
the
are.
job.
Absolutely.
But what I'm saying is, I would rather if I'm on a level with people where if I'm going to make the show go like this is how the show should go. Bang, 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 bang. It should go elevate. Now, if I'm on a show in
Can't
the
go.
future where I'm going to elevate everything that came before me, I'm with it. You get what I'm saying? But you put certain people in the room, I'm sitting like, no, I mean,
Wow, we
I'm
just
not
did have this
afraid of going behind this person. But to me, logistically, it ain't smart. Let this man go. If I get into it, if I'm at a show and Denny Live's there, you know what I'm saying?
He's a closer.
He's a closer.
Denny Live's
Sure.
a
That's what
closer.
he does.
Absolutely.
A couple weeks at the comedy joint, I went before you,
Yeah.
and Sam came over to me, was like, "Yo, you going next, and Beast is after you." He was telling me the next 3. It was somebody before me, then it was you, and I was like, "I'm the feature, Beast the headline." Like real rap. I'm not even, and I can't even remember who the boy was that was in front of me. I don't know who it was, but as soon as he said you was after me, I'm like, all right, I gotta tear this joint up because Reek after me. So I mean, he in the room. Like you was like on the other side somewhere too, bro. Like I was sitting down, you was like in the back somewhere, and I'm like, all right, he gonna be here. So I ain't trying to be on no dry type time. And then Beast come up here, they like. Yeah, glad Bull came up here because that one bull right before it was trash.
I like that when I'm at the comedy joint, they ask me to go up. They ask me to go up, and I'll be like, not yet. The room ain't ready yet.
Yeah, everybody like that head like
Because
on that time.
I usually like to I'm sorry, I usually just like I'll wait till the room dies and then put me on. But you have to bring heavy after that. It can't keep going down. You know what I'm saying?
I got a real comedic question. Right?
Go ahead.
I watch something called anime, right? In anime, they have this thing called a time skip, right? Where you got the main character, he's dope, but he reaches the plateau where, like, for a whole 2 years, he trains and gets himself together, then he comes back and he's 10 times better.
Yeah.
Do you feel, as a comedian, it's you just go out there and just keep going? Or do you think it's a time to sit down and reflect? Instead of going out, sharpening your skills, I'm talking about internally honing your skills. You get what? Because sometimes going on stage every day will get you better at some things, but it may not get you better at everything. So do you feel what do you think is the best course of action when it comes to comedy, especially when you're going through a dry spell? You've all had those dry spells. You was like, man, ain't nothing working. I done been to 4 different places. I done told the same jokes I told at that one place that I know killed, and this crowd ain't doing it. Is it I'm overworking my muscles and should I sit? Or do you think it's better to just grind?
Maybe it's both, right? There's the Forrest Gump answer. I think most importantly, yeah, you have to. If I had to pick one, I'd say stopping and reflecting, because the best way you have to. After you're done painting your picture, you have to walk away from it, or you're fixing your house or whatever. You walk away. You really have to take a look at it. In the same way there's only so many hours in a day. So if you're out every night from 7 till 12, hitting open mics 7 nights a week, good for you. But the next morning, are you reviewing all your sets? Are you rewriting everything? Are you finding tweaks? Are you telling just the same 4 jokes, or are you just going up and winging it? There's all these things. And if you don't take the time to reflect, A, you'll run out of gas, and B, you really can't grow. We were talking about this last night about a reptile being stuck in like a 10-gallon tank. It's only going to grow that big. And if so you have to really stop and walk around and take a big aerial view of your whole, whether you're knitting baskets or you're telling jokes or you're, studying to be a doctor. You can't just be there every single moment. You've got to stop and look. So says me.
Well, I'm basically going to say the same thing Mike just said in a different way. So everything Mike just said. Yeah, I mean, I feel the same exact way.
Okay.
What was your question?
What do you think is do you think it's better to keep grinding and like constantly
Right.
up on stage? Or do
Um,
you think it's sometimes where it's better to sit back and reflect?
I sit back.
Yeah.
Like sometimes I'm at places and people think I'm not even there, and I'll be right around the corner. Just like I said, I go out and I scout. That's how I feel. So it's like some days I don't want to do nothing. Some days I'll go out and I'll be like, I'm not performing tonight. Like I'm just out just to hear what's going on, see where I need to sharpen up. I might learn something from somebody, like the way they tell the stuff or whatever, their joke or whatever. And you get to hang out with y'all. Like, what's not so great about that sometimes?
I was saying that because sometimes I'll take a break. I'll take like a 3
You
month
need
break.
it.
I think you need to do it all and still doing like
I know
what
you mean.
Shay's saying is I totally agree with that shit. With that, I was about to curse, but I caught myself. Well, I totally agree with that too, because there's times where I go to the comedy joint, I don't do nothing,
Mhm.
but I'm just there because it's the vibe and the energy of it. It keeps me going, keeps my bones going. But I don't have to perform though.
You
Like
never have
this,
to, yeah.
sometimes I
Right.
do, sometimes I don't. Like I'm enjoy got nuts. You know what I'm saying? Mounds don't.
You know what I forgot to say earlier when I talked about the thing I hate the most about the game? The business.
You already said you're 2 and you're
I
1.
know,
No, I'm just
I
kidding.
know, I'm just saying. I can't say a third thing.
In what aspect of the
I
business?
hate the business.
Let's talk
I
about
hate
this
the-
for a little while because
I hate
there's
the
a lot of ways to do it.
I hate the flyers. I hate the talking to people to get them to come to
All
shows.
right.
I hate
The other
I
side of
hate
it,
the
the
calling people. I
the
hate
roots.
finding the video, the venue.
Promotion. You don't like none of that.
I rock out the promo. I'm just saying.
Talking to people is like promo too, bro.
Are you saying the construction of all
Like-
that part of it?
like-
the,
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I hate it too.
Yeah.
The venues, finding like
Coordinating.
Coordinating it all,
stuff,
sure.
Coordinating.
getting people like this, that, and the third.
Yeah, that's a lot.
They're begging people to come to the show. Like,
Begging people.
Because
Right.
people give me that vibe sometimes.
Yeah.
Like, show this week.
Right.
Ah,
The difference is this: is I know, even if it's just in my own head, I got something that I got to deliver. That I can deliver. That I can't wait for you to see. So when I'm talking to you and I say, look, and I'm genuine about it, maybe I could be a better salesperson, but but my approach is this: is like, yo, if you're not doing it on Friday, come out to our show. I guarantee you're gonna have a blast. You never have to come again, but you're gonna have a blast. Like, wait till you see these guys. Like, believe me. And that's not only just like fluff belief in what I do, but I know for sure. I know how funny we are, and I know so. I get what you're saying, like with the begging, because a lot of people do beg, but you don't have to if you know what you've got to give. Like think about this. Like Mercedes doesn't like wake up every morning and say, "Oh man, we got to beg these people to give us money." Like people can't wait to get something like that they really want. That they really want. And if you know that you're delivering like good quality stuff, it's cool.
I can get into the business.
Yeah.
I honestly, really, real talk, I much rather that. I'm at a point right now where I much rather I'm gonna sit this out. But I'm here, but I'm here. I can run around. I can do all of that. Everything you don't like to do, but that needs to be my only job. I'm not performing. I'm not whatever. I may whenever we settle this and make it a flat, you know what I mean, plan or whatever, but only if asked for. Other than that, let me sit back here.
And that's by focusing on your strengths. All of us, everything we're saying.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I see Shay as the woman in the movie Hustle and Flow. Remember the white girl? He came out, not the part when she gave head for the mics, not that part.
Spoiler alert.
Right.
No, I don't need to see
Not
it.
that part, but the part when he came out of jail and he heard his music on the radio. And he's like, how to get on the radio? She's like, I've been shopping you around.
I've been pushing
she
it.
had a suit and tie on.
Yes.
She's going in offices, talking to the right people, making that kind of move. I can see Shay in that role. You know what I'm saying? But I asked her one time.
Yeah.
Because I see her energy in that. Would it feel? Would she ever contemplate that? You get what I'm saying? Like, would you ever contemplate? Because I know she loves the game.
I am
I
now.
know she loves the game. And I would never take the game from somebody that loves the game.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I told her before, that energy you have,
Yeah.
you gotta push that in you.
Yeah.
As somebody who's worked with her as a comedy partner and in our you know, and just in being haha for hire, she does that a lot. And like, and you know that
it's
you
like
work with her
natural.
enough, and it's so natural because she'll, you know, she'll hit me up and be like, she'll send me a picture of some venue or this or whatever, or like some opportunity, anything. And it's just like, never, not that this thought ever goes through my head, but if it ever did, that is Shay like not doing her part.
Yeah.
If that thought ever comes into my head, it's immediately smacked with a text message out of nowhere with we have X, Y, and Z now. And it's just, but yeah, that's Shay. Yeah, she is that.
And like I said, like it's dope because I've always wanted to find somebody who was as passionate about the business as I am as passionate about comedy. You get what I'm saying? Like Don Schwabo. Shout out to Don Schwabo.
Yeah. And
Nas.
is it?
Was it Nas? It's Nas, right?
It is.
Nas.
I want to say it's
Not
Nas.
It was definitely
I
Nas.
want to say it's
I
Nas.
want to say Nas.
Right.
Right? But Nas.
And in entertainment and in
in
management.
Nas
and-
and Nick and Nas.
There you go.
Nick
Yeah.
Knight. I don't know
Yep,
what Nas-
right.
no.
Nick
It's
at night.
something.
But
That's great.
That's kind of crazy because Nick is white and then Nas is Nick at
Nas
night.
is hype about getting Don
Swable on stage or
He's like, yo,
anywhere.
I got you 4 shows this week, dog.
Anywhere.
Get it. You know,
That's great.
I talked to this person. They called me.
I want
they
that.
brought it on me, and they was like this. I said, you know what? Don ain't doing that. Don needs all purple M&M.
And that's it.
You're gonna go get 'em. Yeah.
And that's it.
Right.
Don, I mean, Nas enjoys it.
Yes.
And when we talk about it, you can see his face.
And he's only 23.
23.
But oh my, I loved when we had him on. His thing was, I don't care. I call him, we doing this. We not. And I'm like, how old are you, young boy? Like, he said
If it was
23.
like an RPG video game, you know, the person that got to walk and talk to all the people in the town to get the information.
That's it.
That's what he would be.
Okay.
And then he would tell you who to go slay. Oh yeah, they said you got to go slay the dragon in the tower with the ice sword. He be, all right, bet I'm gonna go slay the dragon. Thanks for letting me.
I'm gonna go find out where the next one at.
He's the
All right, we got to get in touch with this
boy,
guy.
like, he's the boy. Like, yo, y'all about to go play football? Bet, 'cause all your jerseys and cleats is clean. Your football.
We need this
Your
guy.
bags are
Yeah.
ready.
Your towels
Show up.
all clean.
Sure.
Show out.
I got you.
Let's go.
But he loves that part of the game.
Right.
And that's what life is about. Life,
Yeah.
to me,
Yeah.
I think you have to, because no man is an island except for Daryl Reeves. You know what I'm saying? But you need a team of people that all play a part to make you the team. Like, you talk about Kevin Hart all the time. You know what I'm saying? Kevin Hart isn't just what he does is what he does, but it's people behind him doing the things he might not do.
Yeah.
You get
Right.
what I'm saying? It's like the president.
Like
Barack Obama.
there's things that in that field, there's things that I don't even want you to know that I went through to go
Yeah.
do to make these moves. You show up, do what you gotta do. Here's your bread. Next joint. Let's go. I'm not. No. Stop. I can't. All right, you can't make it this week. Bet. Let me call this person. Yo, I got this last minute. Yo, Sam, can you come down in 15 minutes and perform? Dell got sick or something. You know what I'm saying? Like, God bless you. Or Mike can't make it. It's an emergency at the crib. I don't care about nothing else. I want to give that feeling that y'all get on stage, every single one of y'all. That's all I want to see y'all go, rock, and then I want to sit back, like Mike said. And then I'm gonna give you your.
I just wanted to say one thing.
That's what I would love.
I don't know when this question was. This probably was a miss.
Go ahead, rock out, man.
But
it's the LOL
when
show.
I was talking about Groove, Mike was talking about how important me and Shay is to him. Just growing with Shay, because I started at the same time with Shay.
Yeah.
So I don't know, maybe it was the same week, the same day, both at Fergie's or whatever the case may be.
Nah, that was
But I started at the same time with her.
Yep.
So I knew where she was at 4 years ago. She know where I was at 4 years ago.
Yeah.
So and now we here, and we never stopped. Like, we didn't take no break in between. In these, like, I was doing comedy for 4 years, but I was off for like 8 months. No, it's been nonstop going. And with when you talk about what she do, like to be all that behind the scenes work, I see all of it. I already knew it. I told her that like meeting her.
Yeah.
Like I told her, like, yo, you got this thing with you where you gonna put your foot down. And when you put your foot down, you be putting your foot on people and things next. Like you mean what you say. Like I really bang with Shay. And I told her, and with the comedy game, oh, these comedians is gonna be coming at you. They gonna want you. You a sexy little mommy on the scene now. You new, you fresh.
And I wasn't even dressing up back then. Remember?
It was still how you give yourself. Like you not ish taker. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I seen it. So I stepped to her from the rip. Listen, I'm a brother. Day one. Never came at her, never even on no type time like that. Never. Always, because I feel like if I give you myself on that type time, then I can be open with you on all levels. Because when you wrong, I'm going to tell you was wrong. I'm going to ride with you, but I'm going to tell you you was wrong. Yeah, exactly. Like you was totally wrong for this, but I'm going to rock with you. You now made me wrong with you, but you was wrong. You know what I'm saying? But you know what I'm saying? So it's a lot of people that and I seen it myself. Never said nothing, still don't. I don't really care. But it's a lot of people that be wanting Shay, but they can't handle Shay. You know what I'm saying? You want her, but you can't handle her. So you run from her.
Run. When I bust my gun, I miss none.
So
I put y'all like
I say all that just to say I see her and where she at now. And if you here now and you still going, you definitely gonna be a beast, no pun intended.
Your energy, she's always had that energy. When you look at her backstory, she got a story.
Yeah.
Like she got a story. Look at little Griselda over here. Like, you know what I'm saying? She got a story. Like when I seen you had put the pics up of Throwback Thursday and you was a Coors Light girl.
Yeah.
Like
I used to be a Coors Light model. Yeah. I met, and back then it's funny you say that. I met Chase the comedian. Yeah. I met Lump Hamilton. I didn't know nothing about I knew there was comedy in the back room at the place we was doing it at, but I didn't know it was comedy. Like I know now. Like when somebody says it now, it's like, oh, I gotta go see who in there. Maybe one of my boys is in there. Back then, I was like, all right. Oh, who are you? I'm Chase. All right. Oh, so you a Coors Light model? Yeah. And you want to hear the funny part? In one of those pictures, I have a knee brace under my jeans because that's when I tore my ACL. And I was out there with heels on. Because it's just, I'm going to go get it. I'm going to go get it. If I don't got it, I'm going to make a way to get it. I'll find a way, but I'm going to go get it. Because I do what I did learn, and I'm also keep reminding myself, I have it. I now know what it is. I know what it is. You may not know what it is. You can look it up in the dictionary. It's going to tell you the same thing. It is a thing or whatever it is.
But it's it.
I got it.
You got it. Yeah.
Now, enough about me. We got Del Gold and Mike Salvi in the building with I'm gonna say promoting because that's what we're doing.
We are
promoting their podcast, talk show, just talking with Del Gold and
Mike Salvi.
Mike Salvi, my bad. I apologize, y'all. This monster good. Got me all extra sugary. It's my first monster of the day, so I don't understand. But anyway.
All right, we'll take it easy with it.
What you call it? Yeah, so you guys came together, you started doing these podcasts. I remember I saw you guys started off. I don't know if y'all had prior footage or whatever, but I've seen y'all when y'all first started and stuff. How is it? How do y'all build that chemistry to get yourself in a groove? Does it come naturally? Like you see how when we all get together, it's a vibe automatically. Is it something like that, or do you guys have to make each other want to work with each other?
No, we in my trunk I keep this rug. So I unroll the rug and the two of us sit down on it and we think for a few minutes, and then all of a sudden the magic happens. This poof happens, and that's when we get started. Now it's just
does
we
the
just
genie
show
come
up.
out of the lamp too or no?
Yeah, that definitely happens. No,
that's what I was.
No, all seriousness, we're friends, and we have been for a while. We've always we've been very real with each other. We find humor in a lot of the same things. He surprises me with so much stuff sometimes, but not as much anymore. He still does, but not as much anymore. But especially in the beginning of just kind of talking to him, how much he loves The Masked Singer blew me away. And so, yeah, he loves the show, loves it. So and like just little things like that, just kind of like we just talk and we crack up every time within
I
a
feel
couple
like they're
minutes.
like, wait, what?
We'll come back to it. Don't worry.
But
But,
you gonna get that always because like how we look.
Yeah,
People think we can't like regular stuff.
exactly.
No, right.
Yeah,
What you mean you don't like guns, drugs, and shooting people? Like, no, I like other things.
The
well, it's
Masked
not only
Singer.
that, but just the Masked Singer itself. Well, I'm sure there's an element of that for sure, but no, yeah, no, but yeah, it just cracks me up, and the more things that we talk about, and I don't know, it just kind of happens, right? You don't do any
Yo,
ritual
that'll be
before you show
dope.
up, do you?
Nah.
Oh,
That's why it works.
Yeah.
We talk about this with Haha for Hire. We talk about this with our just organic friendships that just kind of happen over time. Just by showing up and always, for the most part, being on the same page, or at least in the same chapter, anything can happen. So that's
for me, I'm big on trust and loyalty. So
big part of it.
I remember Mike doing a set at the Comedy Joint, and he got off the stage. He came out, walking out, like leaving out of the room, and I stopped him and said, "Yo, bro, you funny. Please don't stop." And I remember me saying that to him. Like, I don't care what nobody say, yo. Just keep telling your jokes. It was him and there was another comedian. I don't think y'all want me to say his name.
Yeah, keep with the story.
Yeah, you go ahead.
But
no,
so I
But you can, yeah.
give them their flowers.
so it was Mike and it was Rich. So and I remember telling
shout
him,
out to Rich Owen, man.
Yeah, shout out to Rich because I owed him. I had to apologize for him.
I just remember telling Mike, and something about that dude right there, man. And cool. And Shay means a lot to me. And Shay been real with me since day one. Mike been real with me since day one. And I'm set up to the point where if you can come to me and you can say what you need to say without hesitating and all that, I need you over here, yo.
Yeah.
I need you over here. Please give it to me straight. Because I don't need nobody to sugarcoat nothing for me. And they've been there for me. Like, I could go to Mike and Shay with stuff that's not comedy related at all.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't have that many in my life. So
Same.
so they just, you know what I mean?
Can we talk about the other show?
Yes.
Yeah.
I'd love to.
What other show?
The,
I don't know that other
the show that y'all talked to me about.
That project?
project.
Yeah,
The project?
It's still a
It's
We've
project.
talked about
The
that.
project?
We've talked
I
about
mean-
it before. Yeah.
I mean, got time.
I'm on your time here,
So
but
since we have time,
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
real quick, y'all, just want to shout out the radio station. You're listening to WJYN 98.5 FM, the LOL show, Living Off Laughter. It's your girl, comedian Shay Sasa, with her opinions and my boy. And we also got Del Gold and Mike Salvi
Yo.
in the building, y'all. So getting back to this topic, let's go. Project.
So y'all got a show.
we in all of our
Did you explain it to?
in all of our talking and conversations, we came up with these characters, and Del said the names, and immediately as soon as he said it, I just started cracking up. And it's about these two characters that are, just complete idiots. We're not real, like idiot versions of ourselves, which we're not idiots, but but the names of the characters are Sylvester and Dukes, and we have 2 seasons written. The first half of the first season is shot and done, in production, ready to go, and we're launching it shortly. But we have a bunch of stuff. Like, we have a bunch of comedians that we're working with that we brought in as actors and projects, as part of this project. A lot of characters that we're really excited to introduce.
I have a question. Are you guys like, when you guys do release, are you guys doing it like kind of like a premiere kind of thing? You know what I mean? Like, are y'all gonna do all of that, or y'all gonna do like a small little private? You know how they do like little private
Like a private
showings,
showing.
and then they release to the public.
Still on the table. And not
I
everything's
never
all
thought
in.
about that.
I've been mulling around, like,
Yeah.
how should we, whatever. I mean, it's easy to always just upload and say, all right, here's the date that it's coming out. But I did
Yeah.
think of this too, because for sure, like, I want all of you guys to see it too.
Yeah.
And, there would be that, like, exclusive, like, I'm okay with doing a premiere.
Yeah.
But
No problem.
yeah, it's great. A lot of the comics that we've already shot with already are, I'm not saying that they surprise me, but when I say they deliver, like, when you expect a home run and they hit it out the park, you're like, come on, this is great. So we got a lot of great characters.
Because that'll be like when you cut the, when you cut the tape,
When we cut the ribbon,
when you cut the ribbon, you get the big scissors and you cut the. You know, I feel like that would be like that kind of a
I'm
moment,
down.
like
I'm
that
down.
that because of where
Do all
you
that
guys are
and
going.
you walk
with
in
it.
the house.
And you walk in the house and watch it.
Yeah, I mean, shoot, wherever. I mean, you could do a private. You got a big yard.
You
What
can,
they
Right.
want to do it
live.
there?
We can do
You got a little projector.
We
That,
can do it
that,
live,
that.
yeah.
You can do
Sure.
it live for the first episode. When
Yeah.
People are watching it together. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? And you got people like on Instagram or Facebook watching it at the same time. Because
Right.
people understand, like, you nowadays, because the fans have so much connection with you, they kind of expect it.
Yeah,
Like, if you
They
got
do.
something, the fans like, yo, why didn't you say you had a cold, dog? We want to know if you got a cold. Oh, you do scratch your beard like that?
Right.
I need to know that. They feel like they
Sure.
need, they feel entitled to it.
Yeah.
I've always said that. Yeah, they want to know what kind of orange juice you drink in the morning.
Yeah,
Like they
yeah.
need in that. Like
Yeah.
yeah, it's
like
silly,
people.
but it's
It's funny because people go, I mind my business. No, you don't. Nobody minds.
funny. You scroll down
You,
Instagram.
we
I'll
mind
be
other
lurking.
people's business.
You a
Everybody's
lurker.
business is out there to mine.
We
Yeah.
mind everybody else's. What does Facebook ask you?
Yeah.
What's on your mind?
So you're not.
Then where we go, we're scrolling. What we doing in other people's
I
minds?
love the people on the when they post. Like I have people on my friends' feed. They're like, "Here's what's on my mind." I'm like, "Oh, they're actually answering the question." I'm like, "Oh boy."
That's how I started when I first started Facebook. Though I would literally put whatever I was doing.
I've seen that a bunch of
Like,
times.
yeah, I'm on the toilet right now. Like,
Yeah.
somebody bring me some toilet paper.
Ew.
Like,
I would
type
be like,
stuff.
ew.
Yeah,
Like,
right.
yeah.
I would just, I would have wrote ew in the
but so you
comments.
guys have this great show, Sylvester and Dukes, right?
Yes.
So what is the show about? I mean, I know you guys are idiot versions of yourself.
Yes,
Kind of.
pretty
That's-
much.
that's probably- yeah.
That's what it is.
It's like a comedic.
um,
Yeah, like
it's like how I pitched it to Mike is our background is we are comedians. Sylvester and Dukes are comedians. Is Sylvester and Dukes playing basically Mike Salvi and Del Gold with a little twist, little characters in there like Martin. You know what I'm saying? Everybody watch Martin. You know Martin had Sinead across the hall. With the kung fu dude, Jerome. There's all these characters around it.
Tommy.
It was just a day in the life of Martin.
So
I'm
this
like
is
the
a day in
female
the
It's a day in
life
the life of Sylvester and
Sylvester
Dukes.
and Dukes, and so we, what we've shot already is like how they meet, and then you'll start to see their relationship start to develop, and with them becoming comedians and all that stuff. So,
So you guys,
you meet their family, you
will
meet,
be doing. You are comedians. Your characters are comedians in the show.
Yeah.
Yeah. So like a third person kind of thing.
yeah. So what you'll see too is there's a lot
Like
of cool,
you know how you got your mind and your conscience talks to you or whatever. You know, how it'd be like you can hear your conscience speak. I guess this is what I'm getting out of this. Maybe I'm wrong. Their conscience is going to be performing for them.
essentially. So I mean,
You know
not,
what
not
I
to give
mean?
away too much, but like so Sylvester, Sylvester's me. Sylvester's real into Bitcoin. Okay, and he's like super passionate about it, but like that almost like an annoying way, but at the same time too, like you kind of get it. So like and there's certain things about Dukes'
Yeah,
character
Dukes,
too that like,
Dukes is security,
yeah,
but he ain't security.
right. So there's a lot of like elements of like what we do, even what we do in our Gold Salvi shows. So we have a segment called you can't be gangster when. We have another segment called This Joint Out of Pocket. So even in Sylvester and Dukes, we incorporate some of these things back and forth. So it's just a lot. It's ourselves without really like it's like live cartoon characters of ourselves. How about that?
That's great.
I go for the independent look. You ever see one of them remember First Friday, legendary. How the camera, like if you look how a movie is done now, and you go look at that joint, it just looked like Cube with this. He had like 2 or 3 cameras and just made it work, yo.
Yeah.
Like it. That movie is great, and that's how I see the Sylvester and Duke skits on that type time.
How long are episodes?
Each episode's only a couple minutes.
Yeah.
But for each season, we have a certain amount of episodes per season. So, but yeah, so it's great to see the structure of it too. Like, I can't. He's such a great writer. He really is. Because even in the middle of like some other important conversations, like we'll be in the middle of like a conversation business wise about something else, and he'll stop and he'll be like, "Mike, hold on, write this down about Sylvester and Dukes," and I'm like, "Fine, but it's worth it." So again, to see it all kind of come together so quickly is great. We have great production behind us. Shout out to Fang Production, who's doing all of our background work or whatever. But yeah, I'm excited. He
You
even
can see
yeah.
the excitement. You see it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I
Right.
feel it. I
And
feel
it's
it.
dope, like I said, because you guys can collab with each other. It's like I said, it's nothing like having someone that you can rock out with.
Right.
It's so easy to work
Yeah.
with, and we've I think we're past that. And same thing with haha too. Have we hit road bumps and whatever? Yeah, I mean, have we stormed out of the room sometimes? Occasionally, but overall, we come back in a few minutes later. And sometimes every relationship is different, and you all grow in certain ways. But man, we gel so well. It's just I don't know. I feel like we're cut
Yeah,
from the
'cause
same
this
cloth in
guy-
a lot of ways.
Hard to work with.
Right. Like Dell's one of those. There's certain people where there's one of those people you don't have to say. Did you do this or is X, Y, and Z and done? Like he won't tell you something without saying. And Shade's the same way too. Like they'll be like, here's the situation, and here's what I've done about it so far.
Yo, that's dope.
Bang!
I told
Such a relief.
This guy here, I can't. We really, honestly, we only get along for the LOL show.
yeah,
And then off after.
And then, like, if we're out in public places,
right.
it looks
Yeah.
like we get along and we're all
See,
great.
this is all passionate. I should,
But-
this isn't comedic at all.
You
But
like,
no.
you like rival games.
Yeah.
Listen,
Yeah.
listen to
Yeah,
this.
sure
Hey
did.
Reek,
He
listen
stepped
to
on my
this.
foot the day I
I'm
had my
looking
red
for a
shoes
house, and I'm looking for a house with him. His car breaks down.
Yeah, that's right.
He has to ride in my car. I have a Crown Vic at the time. He's white. I'm black. We in Southwest. We pulled over on the corner, got out, and sat on the hood of the car. Did you know what this look like? Look like narcs.
Yeah. Everybody, bro. Shut it down.
Listen,
Shut it down.
I stood there and I said, you know what? I don't think this is a good look.
Which might have probably been the birthplace
It
of Sylvester
never
and Dukes.
is.
Who knows? That might have been like you probably thought about it later that day and were like,
That
yo.
needs to be a scene if it's not
Little
already.
dude keep riding past on the bike. Right? It's like
Yep.
some of the drug dealers up the block sending down the block to see what that was about.
What's going on? Yeah, who's that? Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
and that's great, and that's great energy. I have ideas like as far as like doing stuff like that. I don't feel like it.
I just think the good thing about it is when you work with somebody
Yeah.
and you both are working together for a goal.
Yeah.
What I'm saying? Some people don't have that ability
And I'm
to step back
yeah.
and not be the top dog. Some people be like, that's a good idea, but mine's better. Like, no.
Right. They don't
No.
care.
Work this together. Like
Yeah.
I try to do a group of people like Paul. I try to do
A group of people.
a collaboration with a group of people, and it felt like the biggest problem is everybody wanted their idea to be first.
Sure.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So this is what
That's not
this is what
gonna
my
work.
thought was, right?
Yeah.
You get 5 people, you all work on one person's idea. You collab. You got to have a uneven amount of numbers so you can vote.
Yes.
Right? Everybody comes
Sure.
up with an idea. You put the idea in the
It's a
pot.
tiebreaker,
The
yeah.
idea that wins, y'all spend 100% of your energy making that idea work. Once that's done, move on to idea number 2. You dig what I'm saying? But I think at that time, mentally, I wasn't ready for something like that.
Right.
But when you have somebody that's gelling and there's no, I got to do this or I got to be, like, yo, we doing this together. It's a work partnership, you know what I'm saying? And people,
With Sylvester and Dukes, I will create a character and I'll give you free range with the character.
yeah,
You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not going to feed you no lines. I would say, listen, this character is Big Brother the Dukes. So we need Big Brother the Dukes to be like this, and he acts like that. Can you work this out? You know what to do with it. You know how to be a Big Brother the Dukes. You know what to say, how to go. That's on you. You got free creative control
yeah.
over your character. Just know what we doing here.
But
This
no,
is
you got
Sylvester
the
and
one
Dukes.
guy that'd be like, all right, so I'm Big Brother the Duke, but what's his story? What does the Big Brother?
See,
what
Big
does
Brother
he-
Dukes,
I'm not
we
saying-
already
Yeah.
we already made this. So
Yo, remember Tupac when Tupac was supposed to be in either the Boys in the Hood or something with the John Singleton boy, and he had the Sharif. Tupac was supposed to be Sharif in Menace to Society, right? And
I
this is
never
what-
knew that.
I didn't
this
know
is
that
what they're
either.
saying, right?
Yeah.
And when he was supposed to be Sharif, he wanted to expound on Sharif's story. You get what I'm saying? Sharif is a Muslim in the show, but they never tell you why he's Muslim. They just
Oh,
let
and he
let
wanted
you
that
know he's
whole-
Muslim. He wanted to have a Sharif backstory. Sharif's little brother got shot, so Sharif turned his life
So
over.
he
You know what I'm saying? He wanted all of that, and he was like, no. But you might get some people, they're like, all right, I'll be the big brother, but what's my motivation?
I don't think
Like,
we'll
how was I
ask
treated
anyone
as a
that would
kid?
ask that would say that.
Yeah, you're
Honestly,
right.
like yeah. I don't,
I mean,
I
I'm
mean,
pretty
because
sure
we
it'll come.
introduced,
It'll
I think
come.
Sylvester and Dukes, when your character's introduced,
Mhm.
it's explained who you are and where you came from anyway.
Yeah.
Because I feel like
maybe we're just lucky so far.
anybody
That would be me.
I'm using and I got in mind to use, you're going to see them again anyway.
Yeah.
Like, so you're going to get more of this character. You're going to find out more as we go along.
Yeah.
As long as you tune into Sylvester and Dukes.
Yeah, I need
Dukes
pointers.
may not
like
even-
my thing is, I'm sorry. My thing is, I like if you give me a character, give me something.
Yeah.
I get it. I got free creative. I'm that person. That would be me. But what's the story? Like, what do I need to bring? Because I want to know what do I need to bring. You're telling me I'm
Sure.
this person. All right. So my name is whatever. Now, what am I doing? Give me an idea of what you have planned with this character, and then I can go
But
from
no,
there.
but you get some people like.
But I don't want that all that
That's
backstory.
fine,
on
but
it.
yeah,
You get
yeah.
some people that might be like The Rock, right? He came in on Fast and Furious, and he got his whole spinoff though. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, but you might get somebody, yeah, I'll be the big brother.
Yeah.
I'm getting a lot of positive review in the streets for the big brother. Why not call this Sylvester Duke and his big
And
brother?
his big
though?
brother.
No.
I mean, I think that's what we should be. But I'm saying, like, it's good to have people that can play their role.
I'll be
Yeah.
I'll be ready for that though. If somebody say that to me, I this is no lie. I will reply just like this. You can go make your own show
Yeah.
because you're easily replaced.
Or you got killed that next episode. Like,
Yeah.
Right.
What happened to him? Oh, they shot
No,
him.
Right off. You could be
You just- it
replaced.
could be a
or you could
4-second
right-
story,
written
too.
off.
Where's Bull? Dead. Next, you know.
We have a whole funeral and everything
Yeah.
for the boy.
You ever seen?
And these only skits. These
Oh,
ain't-
what happened to him? And while he at the funeral, you just show him like a quick little
You ever,
peace out.
you ever watch,
There's your story.
You ever watch Press My Man? Like, yeah. And when they did the anthem, that could happen to you.
Yeah,
Yeah, right.
No, my bad. I didn't.
Yeah,
I'm
right.
sorry. You guys are doing what you're supposed to do. I'm gonna back off.
You could do it a whole lot. You ever watch Fresh Prince? No. You ever watch Family Matters?
Yeah.
Like, yeah, I mean, everybody.
You go upstairs and never come back down.
Yeah, I mean,
That part.
well, here's the best part about being in charge of all this stuff too, and being like the ones who are doing this. We really are eliminating anybody that would probably act like that. He's cracking up.
You
That's
heard what he
hilarious.
said?
Huh.
He said a character go upstairs and never come back
That's
downstairs.
little girls on there. She went upstairs and never came back down.
You talk about the daughter from our Family Matters,
Oh, wow. Wow, yeah.
Judy.
She went upstairs and never came back down. It was a rap for her.
Yeah, Mrs. Winslow said, "You go to bed."
And that was it.
That was it.
Never
Yeah,
came
wow.
back downstairs.
Never.
Yo,
we get
yeah, on
to
the
be-
theme. My bad, Mike. Go
It's all
ahead.
good. It's all good. No, but we get to be choosy about who we want to work with. So I mean, we wouldn't select from anybody that would really get on our nerves. Like we want to work with whoever, but we're also making sure that the people we're picking we know are going to deliver. There's no question about it.
I'm
Otherwise, we
gonna
wouldn't ask
annoy
the
them if
question.
they ever book me for that. I'm gonna annoy the crap out of them just because I know it.
And then we'll just fire her, and then we'll, her character's going to get locked up for.
I'm Shay Sasa.
I don't know.
Can I say?
I'm gonna leave a footprint. No.
Yeah, I'm always.
I was saying on the radio.
Yeah.
Her character, you Spanish. They talk to you in English. You no, that's Family Guy. Remember the guy?
Yeah.
Toshi on Family
Oh,
Guy.
yeah.
He only talks in Japanese.
I mean, I got her character and everything like mapped out and planned out. Is all good.
Anytime, yeah.
It's just you want to take it.
Yep.
Do it.
Or
So let's see it come together.
You could be so attractive that you have to dress in all the time.
Oh,
They might
that's
say,
my
"Why you
life.
dressing like a boy?"
Right.
You put some girls
Yeah.
over, everybody,
Would be your normal character.
all these people trying to-
That's my backstory.
Well, that's the other part of it too. Is there's a big element of everybody in their character, so which makes it easier for them to just really be themselves and just have fun and goof off with it. So
That's
yeah.
kind of what Del said. He was like, "Look, I wanted you for a part, but I want you to be yourself."
Yeah.
Okay.
You gotta do the
What's
child
up?
support. But this time you got like four baby fathers.
Four baby
You paying
fathers.
child support for
Oh,
4
ouch.
years.
Oh God.
Ouch.
Yo.
Look at her face already.
And I
She's
could be
like,
with the guys, and I'll be like, "Yo, there go my baby father, man. I gotta go. I gotta get out of here.
She gotta bounce.
Yo, I gotta go, man. Yo, let me jump in the back of your car. Open the back door. Open your back door. Back door. Back door."
You get the trunk, you looking out
Yeah.
the trunk like,
Looking out the trunk like,
Or you be in the trunk.
Yo, is that both of them?
That little that glow in the dark thing that you pull out.
Straw sticking out the trunk so she can breathe.
Yeah, so she can breathe. Yeah.
Dude be underwater with the little jaws.
Yep.
Little scuba joint.
Yeah. Like, I ain't seen her. They got the baby.
She's just breathing. Yep.
She said she's gonna be around here.
Nah, we saw her on Instagram. She posted she was gonna be here. You know.
She dropped the location. She definitely.
Nah, dog. Nah, dog. Nah, dog.
She burps through it. Somebody hears it, and you go, "Oh, that was me."
Yeah, I fart because I'm always
Right.
farting.
Yeah, there you go.
I
You
mean,
know what I mean? That's
Right on.
crazy. That
So-
would be dope, though. That would be dope.
it's
So,
it's great. I mean, we decided to just do it,
that's
and
awesome.
you know, I've had a billion ideas, and I've been around a bunch of people that have 10 billion ideas. But I will say, Del was like, "All right,
It's
you
the
ready?
dedication.
Let's Monday,
Yeah.
Wednesday, let's shoot." And I'm like, "Okay, let's do it." He's like, "I already checked with the ball. Perfect. Okay, let's go."
That's the best thing to have that timeline. You know what I'm saying? Like I was talking to my daughter about something called an accountability bullet, right? Where you'll take a person that's like a friend of yours,
Oh, and let them.
and they're the bully. They're calling you every week like, "Yo, dog, how many episodes you got done? We only got 2.
Sure.
You're supposed to have 4." Or you can do it like this.
Stay on your
We'll
case.
have 5 episodes done by October 5th. If we don't get it done by October 5th, we owe you $100.
Hmm.
You get what I'm saying?
Okay.
Stuff like that to keep you on your toes. Some people, y'all probably don't need that motivation.
No, but that is cool. Yeah, boot camp clip. Boot camp used to do that too. Like if you showed up to the studio late, they'd make you do push-ups. They'd make you do like throw money into whatever. Yeah, that was yeah. I don't want to do that, but yeah, I'm not trying to do no push-ups, but yeah.
I'm speaking to the ether. Somebody out there
Sure.
like, I want to do a show too. Yeah, that's what you might
Yeah, I
do.
want to do a
Yeah.
show,
You
but
might
nah.
get-
You need somebody that's going to stay on your case though,
Right.
and vice versa. And it's not always easy to find, but as much as this can hurt you sometimes, just go, just do it. There's never anything wrong with my friend Kevin Bozak, shout out to Ken. Him and I talk about this a
That's
lot.
my boyfriend.
The metaphor is get in the car, buy it, crash it, do whatever you got to do, figure it out, fix it. Like the only way you're really going to figure this stuff out is like slam on the brakes here and there, like get a full grip on what it is you're trying to do.
And go.
And go. Get up and go.
Go. What's the worst somebody's going to say? No? Move.
Right.
Go.
No.
No?
It used to be the worst thing to say. Then they could put you on Facebook, Instagram. They could
And
put-
Go.
And you can not, and you know what? You can delete your account and never read it. I don't look at my Facebook.
Only
page.
person that can kill you is you.
That's it.
Let's go.
Like, and I'm talking about whatever you're doing.
Stop. Well, hold on.
No, I'm talking about whatever you're doing.
The
If
citizens
you're doing
that come
comedy,
back is
if
a
you
lie.
acting,
Yeah.
if you singing,
The only thing that'll stop
you can't let somebody else kill your buzz. Like if somebody is, if somebody was, there's people that told me like, damn, boy, you shouldn't even be doing comedy. You're not funny. I said like I quit then, right? No, like, okay, thanks, good brother. You ugly. I'm out.
Yeah, like at that point, either you just don't know me yet, you haven't heard me yet, or you're just trying to take a stab at me, and it's just not gonna work because I'm hilarious.
Some people's outside opinion only reinforces their inside opinion. Like, you know what I'm saying? If they be like, if they constantly feel like they're trash, and I come and say, "Oh, you're trash," it's more because they feel like it anyway. You get what I'm saying? You don't got no stopping you regardless. Somebody come and say, "No, you ain't never gonna make it." You go, "All right, cool. I'll see you at the finish line."
Somebody said that to
You know what
me.
I'm saying? Yeah.
Somebody said it's gonna take you. Shout out to Reese Davis, because that's the guy who said it.
Wow.
He said it's gonna. When I first met him, you're gonna hear this, right? Watch. When I first met him, he said it's gonna take you 14. He said I've been doing comedy for 14 years. It's gonna take you about that long to be at the level I'm at. A year later, I get a phone call. Yo, Shay, I'm starting this radio station, and we want you to be the female on the joint. Thank you. 3 years later, I get a phone call. Yo, Shay, we need you for this TV show. You know what I call that guy? That's the guy that only calls when opportunities are presenting themselves and not little ones.
Yeah.
And I like it that way. Am I mad at him for what he said? Because, when he told me that at that time, you know what that did? Watch this.
Sure.
Bang, bang, bang. Everything I've done since.
Have you heard when Jay-Z said it's not always hate when somebody says you can't do something?
Facts.
It's not them saying you can't do it. They can't see how it can be done.
That part.
That's what it is. It's not hatred. It's not
Some of them are
saying you're
actually
not
coming from in a weird way. Some of them are coming from a weird way of like trying to protect you almost.
Yeah,
Like,
protect
yo,
you,
don't do
yeah.
that
Yeah.
because you know, don't, yeah, don't, yeah.
Don't flip off
So
that
many
house and
people,
break
right?
it.
Yeah, right. So many people have failed at that.
You know
like,
what's
I hate to say-
crazy?
And it's like,
Telling that joke, you
I
ain't getting that
I
far.
know Reese Davis, just like you know Reese
That's
Davis.
my guy.
Reese Davis be saying some out of pocket things, period, yo. Like I drove
But
from
that's
here
my
to
guy now.
Chambersburg with him
Right.
in the car there and back, and I heard the most wildest stuff.
Stuff,
Like,
yes.
and it just and yo, I mean, I'm driving, and it's to the point where he says I can look at him just. I can feel the car just drifting over to the
Right, like he just
like
looked
what
at you while he's
what are you talking
making sure
about,
you
bro?
looking
Like,
at him, looking
Yeah.
at you like, bro, we on the highway.
but he is also
He's great though. He's
smart and a great comedian, but
great. Shout out to
his
him.
his road and his path was way different, and that's one of the biggest conversations me and Reese had, because he also told me something like that.
Right.
I was still living in West Philly at the time, and he said because I had certain things going on in my life, and it's like I guess being a comedian, like they said being a comedian, you lose your family or something like that. Like your family was one of the two. You know what I'm saying? And I said, listen, you said you've been doing it this many years or whatever, and Reese has a lot of kids, period.
Yeah.
So you're putting your baggage and luggage on me as if that's my life, and we can't compare the two. I have time and I have time with my family. I don't, when I'm family time, it's not comedy time. When it's comedy time, it's not family time. I could do that. You really can't do that. Like you have to wait. You get what I'm saying? So we understood what we were saying,
Yeah.
but it's like me and Shay are two comedians that's coming up in the same time ever. You came from somewhere else, bro. Like you was out here before us. So whatever
I'm just
work you had to
thinking-
do ain't the same work that we have to do.
I'm just
The
taking this
times
80s
changed.
hit, remixing it, and bringing it out
Puff.
fresh.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? I'm puffy in the game. I'm
Yeah.
whatever you call it. Matter of fact, I don't even want to say that. I'm like
Take that, take
T-Pain
that.
in this
Nah,
joint.
you're Puffy taking let's dance and turn it into being around the world.
Girl,
I
nah,
get
yeah,
it.
yeah. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Take that, take that.
Take that, take that.
Take that.
Let's
T-Pain,
dance.
when he invented,
I love it.
you know, the way he, what is it? They call it auto-tune.
He brought it back out.
No, he brought it back out because it was like, who was first? Because they used to have that little thing.
Curtis
you know.
Blow used to do it. A lot of people
It's
used
a
to
lot,
do it.
but it's like that. Like
But-
Wasn't
something,
nobody doing it
no,
like that.
not on the level that he was doing.
Yeah, T-Pain.
Yeah, he
Listen,
brought it back. It wasn't nobody doing
Yeah.
it. Then everybody
I want T-Pain on Just Talking.
And they hate it,
Doug
and
Woodman.
they
I really
hated
want to
it.
interview.
Reach
He's-
out.
Get
Yo,
him there.
yeah, great.
Reach out. Let me see what. Let me call my.
Shout out to T-Pain.
Yeah, shout out to you, T-Pain.
Yeah.
Show up on the show.
You know, I'm gonna tag
Yeah,
him.
He did.
I know. That's
Tag
what
him
I
and all that.
I seen all his comments.
It's the only way to do it. Everybody tag him. Get on. I'm gonna tag him. Don't worry. Let me make my magic.
I'll call him. We talk. We have breakfast every
We don't
Thursday.
talk,
Speaking
but
of devil, no, I thought that was-
Oh, yeah.
that wasn't. That was T-Pain.
Oh,
That was R.
was it?
Kelly. I'm
Yeah,
not
yeah.
answering R.
No,
Kelly.
R.
I'm on
Kelly.
the radio right now. I'm
And
waiting.
it'll-
I'm
and
waiting
shit
for Harvey
pop up like
Weinstein's
that.
phone call. That's whose phone call I'm waiting for.
Who the boy that got died? Who died? Who killed himself?
Who?
Jeffrey Epstein?
Yeah,
he didn't
couldn't
come.
take
No,
it.
that's
Oh,
well. The word
was
is
it
he
him?
didn't. Yeah, right.
Well, you know.
I don't know. I wasn't there. Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? Why he killed himself?
he got
I-
suicided. Is the word? Oh, that's weird. Yeah, but Jeffrey Epstein, the one who
That's who
was
suicide
choked
is.
out in his
The
cell.
funniest, there's not anything funny about suicide, but the funniest thing about suicide, the funniest suicide ever is the guy who broke the story about Rick Ross and how he was getting drugs from the CIA. He shot himself in the
Twice in the
twice.
head. Yeah. Gary Webb, right? Yeah.
Shot himself in the head twice. You know, just in case the first time didn't go.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
Gary Webb, the guy that broke that
Funniest
story, yeah.
suicide thing, like, you know what
Twice.
Yeah.
I mean? Twice.
Shot himself in the head twice just to be sure.
He was
I don't
executed.
know.
He could-
Twice.
I mean, I know.
How about
I-
the kid
What you use,
How about
the
the kid in the
22?
back of the police car who shot himself, who was handcuffed and shot himself in the head? Yeah.
How?
Right.
Wow.
Magic.
I did not. I didn't.
Determination.
Dedication. Talk
yeah.
about hard work and dedication.
You know, it is what it is.
I can't do something.
Watch
Right, don't
this.
tell me.
Did you
Watch
say
this.
no?
Hold my beer.
You see what I'm saying? Just
So
go.
wait, you mean to tell me? You mean to tell me you had a gun on you and you got arrested? So when they put the cuffs on you, they didn't take your gun. You said, "I'm gonna hold on to my
Let me
gun,
hold
Yeah, they
this.
said
I
but you
need-
can cuff me."
Yeah,
That
but
don't make
Shot
sense.
himself probably in the front of the head with his
Right.
behind his back.
Twice. Yeah.
Twice.
Yeah.
2 times.
Yeah, that's wild.
Sometimes
And
it's
that's
so
the
funny
funny
when they want to, when people want
Expect you to
things like
believe.
that. That's crazy.
Yeah. So.
It
Some
is.
people like, man, that's crazy. I can't believe you did that. Like,
That's crazy.
Believe it.
Wow.
And when people say like, that would never, or like it would never happen, when people
Yeah.
say that, I'd be like, don't say that, because
now it's gonna happen.
like when people say, I wish somebody would,
Yeah.
I'd be like, no, you don't.
I never do that.
No, you don't.
The worst thing to say is, man, it can't get no worse.
Because that's when the tidal wave shows up of more
Facts.
things.
God be like,
Absolutely.
Jesus, hold my wine.
Right. Hold my wine. Absolutely.
Yo, Mary,
Yeah.
come here, Mary.
Yeah, what? It can't
Yeah.
get no worse.
You can't
Right.
get what?
It can't get no
Because you
worse.
really are. You're
Or I
asking
can't catch
for
a
it.
break.
In a way.
Anything that you
Yeah.
say to try to,
Get yourself out
like
of
when
it.
you take
Yeah.
that deep breath and like something bad happens and you go,
No.
stop.
Yeah.
I'm telling you right now, stop at mid, whatever. Go. It's gonna get better.
This joint
Sure.
right here,
Because it
only me.
Right.
me.
Right.
Only
Right.
me.
It only happens.
Can only happen to me. How? How special
Are you
are you?
alone in this world?
A lot of our problems are very exaggerated for sure too. You know, I think about when people are like, "Oh, wouldn't it be cool to be alive in like, you know, the year
Nah.
800 AD or whatever?" I'm like, "No, man, I got Dunkin' Donuts today."
It's a book called The Four Agreements. Right?
Yes.
And one of the agreements is, it's not, don't take nothing personal.
Never.
It's not personal.
Ever.
Yes, that thing happened to you,
But it
but it's
ain't
not
personal.
personal to you. Like you're in a car accident, the person hits your car. Yes, he hit your car, but he wasn't like, oh, there goes Shay. Let me hit her car. You get what I'm saying?
There's a major distinction between when something happens to you and then the story you tell yourself about what happened to. It's like, you know,
Let's
and all
go.
those things. And if you can make that separation, if you can figure that out, and if you could just be as objective as possible and saying,
Yeah.
you know, good, bad, indifferent. Why did, you know, this thing happen? It doesn't matter why it happened.
Yeah.
You know, the answer could be the floor. That's why it happened. That's like, what? That doesn't even make sense. It doesn't have to.
Yeah.
Your outcome still doesn't change. You're still in this situation. So I get
You
that.
keep hitting your
I
funny
keep
bone.
hitting the funny
I'm sorry, I
bone because I'm a
can't move
comedian. But
anywhere. But like you were saying about that, and I had a conversation with somebody, and I was like, "Yo, you gotta let that go. I can't.
Now,
Drop
you
it.
know what? Don't
I'm
let it
you
like-
don't want to.
No, I'm like, fix it. Like,
No, what I'm saying is when I say don't let it go,
Right.
I mean figure out what it is, right? You get into an argument or something happens to you, right? And you get upset. Figure out why you're that upset. You get what I'm saying? Like, let's say I'm in
Important.
a car, somebody cuts me off, right? I'm upset because somebody cut me off. In my head, you got to trace that back to where that original idea or that original feeling came from.
Yeah, when did
I
it
was
first
a
happen
kid,
to you?
people
Sure.
take something all the time. Now this person, as I'm an adult, takes something that
Sure.
he wasn't taking from me personally. He just jumped in front of my car. Now I had those feelings of I ain't no punk like I used to be, so I got to be extra. You got to find out where that first original feeling came
Yeah.
from, because you don't get you. It's the straw that breaks the camel's back.
Sure.
You get what I'm saying?
It's
Like,
that,
yes,
yeah.
like when people beat their kids, right? Sometimes you don't beat your kid because he did something wrong. You beat him because you had a hard day at work. Your car didn't start.
your
You
anger
all
is
these
coming
bills.
out on that.
You got your favorite TV show ain't on, and your son just broke the lamp. Somebody.
And at that moment, it's
It's going hamburger.
That's the whole thing. So like you said, like don't. It's not saying don't forget it, but find out.
I say let it go.
Yeah, let it go. But find
Let
out why
it
you're
go.
mad. Like
Find
Now
out
that kid-
why.
yeah.
But when you figure it out,
Mhm.
yo, if you gotta fight yourself for however long,
Yeah.
but don't hold on. Like I could hold on. I could cry every day. It took me 5, 6, 7, 8 years to sit down and actually say, yo, I was getting my behind beat for years by this man I thought loved me without crying, with a smile, make jokes about it. It took me a long time to get there, but until I actually was like, yo, Shay, but you're alive. I'm not a victim. I'm a survivor. I'm alive. I'm here for a purpose. Why am I going to dwell on everything that hurt me for? What is that going to do for me?
So what's interesting is this example you gave with this guy coming home and beating his kid because of all these things happening. That
Yeah.
kid doesn't know all the reasons why.
Nope.
So now that kid grows up and has to, like, imagine being able to look back and say, kid, you didn't do anything wrong that day.
Yeah.
Your dad was an idiot that day, and he let all these stuff build up. And unfortunately, you ever get mad? Yeah, I have. All right, well, he just happened to pop on you. So now, imagine if you could domino effect, look back at your life and say, well, it wasn't because I forgot to bring the dog in that day, or it wasn't because of all these things, and your whole life just changes in front of you. And that's where that's where you get to.
Like,
you might get a hug after that.
yeah.
Sure. It wasn't
Like
absolutely.
My kids,
Right.
my kids just
It
recently.
wasn't because I spilled the wing sauce.
My kids, yeah.
I didn't know the TV show got canceled.
That's right, because he said his favorite show wasn't on that
My
night.
kids, as far like lately, because they've been watching me grind. They've been watching me grind so hard, and they're like, "Yo, mom, we didn't know that you do all of this,
Right.
so we can have the things that we ask for." I'm like, y'all see it. I just want y'all to believe that for y'all in the future.
Mhm.
If I'm giving y'all that, one thing I'll teach my daughters: you don't see no man coming in my house. You just don't. It may not mean something to you now, but when you grow up in the future, you're gonna be like, wow. Then we go out places, whatever, we do things. I make things happen, and I'm gonna always do that for y'all. And no matter what, I'll get it done. You ask, I deliver.
Right.
They see that, they say, Mom, you don't beat us. Mom, you don't beat us. Why? Because when I do beat them, when they get out of line. And I surprise attack my kids.
Off the disrespect more than like if I tell you to do something, you like, no.
Yeah. Pop. Get over here.
Ew.
What is it?
The Indiana Jones joint. Yeah,
Finish
that's it,
him.
yeah.
The worst thing about kids, is, like I said, they don't understand all the stuff you got to do for them. And whenever you do something for them, it's nothing.
Yeah.
If you ask them to do something for you, you like, yo, you take out the trash. You like, yo, are you serious? Like my son, he forgot money for football practice, so I had to stop work, go to the crib, get the money, take it to give him some. After take the money to him, I had to give him a couple extra dollars so he can get the football practice.
Right.
I about you clean your room.
Oh man, I just got that's crazy. Yo, my son just left out yesterday morning and forgot his roster to school. So how school all choppy right now.
Yeah.
Like he didn't like fully like remember it yet or whatever. So I just came in from work though. Like so I'm ready to lay down. Yeah. So he called my phone. I'm like, oh, what's up, son? What you need? He said, Dad, can you go up in my room and text me a picture of my roster? I forgot it. It's right on my bed. First of all, I don't want to go in that joint. But now I gotta risk my life of walking in this room now.
Mask up,
It's
put on the
crazy.
white suit, zip the
It's
white
hot
suit
in
up,
there.
put the joints
The
on
game's
feet.
still on.
Yep.
Like what? This is why the bill's so high. Like I'm going in there, you getting punishment off of this. Like so, but I'm just saying. I texted him. I sent it to him. I said, when you come in, clean the room. Oh wow, yo, what?
Because look at it.
I could have killed myself coming in here. Like it's hot. Like, understand? Young boys wearing hoodies in the summertime. Like, what's wrong with
Yeah,
y'all?
like, what's up with that?
Before y'all, I need y'all to do this, right? What happened
Right.
to the company Hers?
Hers
The
chips?
potato
Why
chips?
are they out of pretzels in the 50 cent bag?
What?
That's a great question.
Hers?
I don't know. I didn't even pay
They're
attention.
out of pretzels in the 50 cent bag.
I'll
Okay,
find out.
my
It's
nephew-
steering time.
my
You know what I'm
nephew-
saying? When y'all leave here tomorrow, the
Okay.
day after that, go to any poppy store you want.
Okay.
Look for they have the whole Hers
Yeah.
section. Salt and vinegar,
No 50
cent.
all that kind of chips. You will not find a 50 cent bag.
My 8-year-old nephew's at my house the other day, and he says, we don't. He said they don't sell Lunchables no more. I said, what do you mean? He
That's
goes,
a lie.
well, he does that from time to time. But what he was really getting at was, you can't find them anywhere. The market, and so I start looking it up, and sure enough, on some of these articles, they're saying that like 40% of the supply chain is being cut right now, and beef is getting a lot more expensive. Like all these things, like the pre-pandemic stuff, like starting to lunch. Yeah, it's starting to hurt again. Yeah, yeah. So
That's why I beat my kids.
start stocking up when you see them now. Yeah.
You want Lunchables back?
Yeah.
Everybody who's vaccinated will bring Lunchables.
So I'll bet you the Hers chips and the Lunchables are in the same warehouse, being held up.
Oh, that's
with armed guards out front with their fingers on the trigger.
But it's
That's what I'm saying. The
it's still
pretzel.
Like, if
hers,
you
though. There's
release-
no pretzels.
It's no.
No, hers got
No, but
pretzels.
they're hoarding
They
the
got
pretzels
popcorn. They got
All the
everything.
chips and the popcorn is there,
because
the pretzels are missing.
because
it's just the pretzel
potatoes are
section.
easy to grow. You know how hard it is to grow a pretzel tree? It takes a long time to grow a pretzel.
With that being said, y'all, we are at the top, the last 10 minutes of the show, and we just want you guys to plug yourselves in, let people know where to find you at, and all of that. And I guess whatever Tariq wants to add in there.
Me personally, you can follow me at the Mike Salvi everywhere on the internet, and the Gold Salvi Show on Instagram and Twitter, and haha for hire.
Del Gold, you can follow me on Instagram, Best in the World 616. Also the Gold Salvi Instagram
Yeah.
show.
Gold Salvi Show.
Other than that, I'm just working and well, I'm so sorry. I also do Roast to Get Smoked with Buzzy Teller. Forgive me, Buzz. I didn't forget. I just, my mind be racing. That's a roast show competition where you can win $500 and become the champion of roasting. Right now, the belt is in Jersey, so we're trying to get it back. So season 2 is about to come up in October. So yeah, Roast to Get Smoked, Gold Salvi Show.
Physical, or is it like online?
So online, the first is 4 rounds of 16 people. It starts online the first 2 weeks. So we make it down to the show of the final 4. That's the live show.
Okay.
So if you were final 4 out of it, you will be at a live show. And I'm bad with talking about
Talk.
like
I'll tell you something.
promoting myself.
Let me help
I
you
guess.
with that.
I'm not really good. I always let Mike handle that, or I let Buzz handle that, and
Let's let
just
Shay give it a shot.
I'll say this. People told me to stop being humble about this. If you love it and you're doing it because you love it, say it like you love it. Make people believe what you're saying.
He'll get to that point. He's
I mean,
getting
that's
there.
growth. It'll get
no
there.
question about it. I'll tell
But I
you.
think that's me though.
Yeah.
I think this is how I
Yeah.
am. Like, so I think it'll get better, but it's still gonna be the same.
Right.
I
Yeah.
heard that as well. If you're nonchalant about what you're doing, other people will take that
Like
energy
that.
and be like, well, I mean, he
Yeah.
nonchalant about it. Why should I be acting about it?
Right.
And I'm not saying it's a good or bad
Yeah.
thing, but that's what I've heard. I've heard you gotta
I get
you
that.
gotta rock out with it, like you gotta rock out with it. So they be like, oh, if he like when comedians laugh at their own jokes. That's one of my I'm not a big fan of it because you've heard the joke 1,000 times. It can't still be as funny as it was. You get what I'm saying?
There's only one
But-
thing that's that funny. Yeah.
But
Yeah.
the thing is, if you're not enjoying yourself, why would the crowd enjoy themselves?
But I think that's the character that I try build for myself.
Mhm.
Like I'm just that metal guy. But then when I get on stage, it's he crazy.
Right.
And then when I get off stage, it's just
Well, that's what I'm saying. I'm just saying the energy you give people is the energy they'll try to give you back.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
It's
I'm
true.
not saying you're doing something wrong.
No,
Why
I know.
not? If it
Well,
works
for
you,
him-
it works for you.
And I guess for all of us, we don't see it the same way everybody else does. Like you guys are all looking at me right now, and I don't know what you see. You know what I mean? Like the same with each one of us. So it's it is tough to read everybody's perspective. At the same time, I've watched myself enough on stage when I've seen enough clips that I know and from being up there, I know what I'm doing to the crowd. And I just mean so I'm one of these guys that's like, where do you come see me? Because you'll want to keep coming back. It's fun. And not just because it's just me. They ask for the team. They want all of us, and they love our energy. They love watching us before the show, and even Del too. And he's hilarious. And that energy is up on stage, and maybe he doesn't he's saying as far as promoting myself, but he's got, if you want a great show, book him. If you want to go see a great show, come see him. All of us. We're but yeah.
Here's a good way, in my opinion, to think about it. Right? You're always on stage. You're never not on stage. You get what I'm saying? So that same energy you got on stage, had that every single day. And even when it comes to regular, I'm not even talking about comedy, I'm talking about having a job.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? If you got a job and you flipping burgers, flip them Jones, don't.
I got them pancakes.
You know what I'm saying? Even if you're a meter maid, shoot yourself to be a meter maid. Nobody
Yeah, don't do that. Quit.
You
I'm
know?
about to say I wouldn't.
I'd rather my child
Put the
sell
ticket on the
drugs.
car. Put
Yeah,
the ticket.
quit.
I'd
Yeah.
rather my son.
Well, you knew what you
Right.
was doing when you.
You a meeting man,
so
you
we
out there
not gonna-
risking your life each and every
top
day.
five.
Like more
Yeah.
dangerous than a cop. Like,
Yo, you got a ticket. And about to get you right. You
But I'm always up to something great. I really am. I do virtual comedy shows as a virtual character, like a VR character. I do that every minus this week. I do that every Thursday. I have a 6 o'clock show and an 8 o'clock show. I run a podcast with another guy from Boulder, Colorado, who lived in Philly for a while, called the NFT John. It's all about comedy and cryptocurrency. I do the show once a week with him. Haha's got always something in the works. There's a lot. And so when I say like follow me, it's one of the things I should get better at is like having one little spot where you can see everything that I do. Like even if it's something as simple as like a Linktree page, I'll follow what these OnlyFans chicks are doing. They're up to, they're smart. But other than that, yeah, I have a lot to deliver, so I have no problem talking about it.
I might do an OnlyFans, like in the OnlyFans, like I'm gonna start taking my clothes off and when I zip down my zipper, my flyer for my show pops up.
That's a great idea.
That is
Go
a great
for
idea.
it. Don't
Yeah.
Mike do it.
Yo,
Do it.
that's smart. Like,
.com/read.
people gonna definitely be like, what is he about to do?
Right. It'll be
Yeah.
onlyfans.com/reeking his jeans. How about that?
Yo,
And you should play in those jeans.
September
Stop.
18th, 2 days from now, Saturday, is Festival of Lands at 5222 New Orleans.
That's this Saturday.
That's this Saturday, September 18th.
Man,
Yes.
yo,
We was gonna do it on
I'ma say it, I'ma say it.
but-
I'm gonna say it on live and everything, please. And I mean, I know you're gonna be busy. Have somebody remind me day of because I'll be like my mind be running
Yeah, I
so
know
much,
what you mean, yeah.
and I'll be like, I know I had somewhere to be today.
No, I got
I'll be
you.
like,
I'm hosting. We got Chanel Renee, John Phillips, and headlining is Benny Live, man.
Come on, this is a great
It's
show.
a great show.
Yeah.
Where is that?
They're all bangers.
22 Walnut Street.
I'm gonna go down there.
Same spot?
Chanel
Same
Renee, John
spot from
Come
last
Phillips.
pick me up, Mike.
Big fan. What's that? Yeah.
Come pick me up.
I like John Phillips. We already out there.
Huh?
Southwest.
Yeah.
Okay.
Southwest on the Walnut. Southwest. That's the one.
Whatever, man. I'm going. I'll be there.
Yeah, man.
Hopefully on
It's gonna be a
time
great show.
this
It's gonna be
time.
food, it's gonna be drinks, we're gonna have vendors.
You giving out guest spots?
I gotta give one to Miz because I got somebody.
No,
buying
most
tickets.
most definitely, yes.
I got
That's
somebody buying tickets because of me.
and he hasn't been out
Yeah.
in a while.
Yeah.
That's
She
love.
said, I ain't seen him on the flyer, but I heard it was his show because he shared it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I saw
was like,
Miz when he
yeah,
first
you
came
buy-
back out.
She was like, he not performing. I said, shit, if you buy tickets, he will.
Shout out to Ms. Majik because that's what I call him.
Majik.
He knows that. That's
Yeah,
what
that's
we
great.
have that repertoire.
Listen, we got 3 minutes left. We're not going to hold y'all. We appreciate y'all for tuning in. Check us on YouTube. We appreciate Mike Salvi, Del Gold, as always, our Chris engineer. My most favorite co-host in the entire universe.
Awesome.
You know what I'm saying?
In the universe.
I have in the multiverse. We don't keep it Marvel.
Yeah,
The
keep it
multiverse,
marvelous.
like, you know what I'm saying? The multiverse, my favorite co-host in the multiverse.
Messing my
Shit,
brain up.
Southside. You know, we will be back next week.
Yes.
Same time, same channel, same everything. 7 to 9 p.m., y'all.
You already know what it
Show.
is. The LOL show living off
Living off
laughter. 'Cause
laughter.
everybody needs to laugh once again, each and every Thursday, y'all. And yo, I'm gonna ask y'all to join me to say my favorite 3 words on the radio so we can close this out with a
Wait,
bang.
you guys said, who's up next, though?
Who's up? Oh, we got Uptown Date Night coming up next. Shout out to the show that was on before us. I believe
Thank
it
you
was
guys
still
for having
Also
us.
Diva. Yup, you're
Thank
very
you.
welcome. And what's my favorite words to be? What are we on? We on the
On the
radio,
radio,
y'all.
y'all.
Peace.
Even I knew that one.
Yeah, we're gonna need y'all to do a drop.
Sure.
Let me turn this on.
Don't get too comfortable. We got to do a drop.
Wait, what?
I said don't get too comfortable. They want us to do a drop.
And do the pin.
Yo, this is comedian Mike Sal.